Hey, what's going on? We don't have Jedi Johnson, unfortunately. It's not because of the Super Bowl. It's because oh wait, can we? Yeah, we can say that because we're on the YouTubes. Nobody cares. You can say that without getting in trouble. It's about well, the commercial is going on for YouTubes anyways. Jedi, our thoughts and prayers are out there with you. Hope everything's going well for you. Nothing that serious. He's not going to be here tonight. And then JJ's running a little bit late, and he actually didn't even watch the Super Bowl. The reason why we're running late today is because of Pete. Because Pete said nobody could do anything before the game. Pete, could you hit the intro? Because we have no intros.
I could, but I thought you were rolling. I thought you were filling time for
I was burning time here. Could you please hit the intro?
I could, but I could just try to burn a little more time.
Don't burn any more time.
Trickle in, but
don't burn any more time. All right. All right, so we were gonna just try to wing it, and we figured out what does everybody want, and a lot of people came back and said, "Give us a show anyway." So we're giving you the show. Ed, thank you for saying hi. For the Super Bowl sucked, man. Somebody should have broken his legs. Wayseeker, good to see you. We're gonna review that book. We actually got a lot still going on today. We're gonna review some comics. We're gonna do the Hasbro had their fan first day, so we're gonna go over that. There's some interesting stuff going on in that event. We've also got a market look back to our last books. Remember, we said that we were going to do the little setup where we're going to review what was hot, what was not. Then we'll move those out towards the end of the year. We'll bring in a brand new batch of books so we can look at those real quickly. Yes, Lopez, I guess. I mean, whatever. You're welcome, Darth. Good to see you. Sam, great to have you. Ronnie was cheering for us too. Ronnie, thank you very much, my man. Joe, yes, that is who I choose. I didn't cheer for either team. I did cheer against somebody and his wife though, because they both suck at life. Eric, good to see you. What do you mean? He sucks. They literally had to fraction the whole team for the next 10 years just to put wide receivers who got.
But they got what they wanted. They got their Super Bowl now. So.
Man, my Super Bowl wasn't even
if you pay the refs enough to give you 10 pass interference in the last minute and 30 seconds, just so you could score the ball from the 1 yard line. Yeah, I guess you got what you wanted.
I saw much his game for the Kenobi trailer. Come on, man.
Yeah, there was no Kenobi. That was really disappointing. And that they didn't give us a Moon Knight trailer. Like they had it like
they gave some Moon Knight. They did.
Yeah, but they didn't give us the Moon. You had to go online to watch the Moon Knight trailer, which is all right. So but they gave us Jurassic Park. So there's that.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, the Multiverse of Madness was good.
Did they show that? Because I had to go online for that.
No, it was good.
No, they only showed up to a scene where he was zombified.
No, after zombified, when he ended up going into like the Morbius, like multi-hand thing.
You hear like the Professor X voice and all that.
And Tobey Maguire.
I didn't see Toby.
I didn't see Toby.
There was a little image and a little image of possibly Tom Cruise as Iron Man. So
interesting. You sure somebody didn't just
deep making rumors up again?
No rumors.
Somebody better take this down. Like
no rumors.
Only 33% of what Dom says is actually true. All right.
Well, it's 100% true that somebody said it. It's just true.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk comics. Thank you for everybody that liked the post earlier. I guess it's fun. I'm glad. It was funny because I looked back and I watched that video from 7 months ago, and I was like, man, I've been over here on Renovision for a pretty darn long time now, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, duel. We're doing the duel. We did it for a while.
We're doing too much. We haven't got the news in. I think, like I said, JJ's going to come. I believe JJ will be here. He just sent us an email about a couple of things, so we'll get into it. We're going to be very heavy on High Republic. Now, this is the plan going forward. This week, we're going to review some comics. We're going to kind of give you a glimpse. We're going to do the toy thing. We're going to go over the books. We're going to do maybe a card break. We'll see what we got in here. We're probably not going to. I'm going to do the giveaway for our friends overseas and north of the border, but apparently there's a blockade at the border. So we'll run the wheel probably after today. So please re-enter underneath after the show's done. We'll get you all in there. And then next week, it's going to be High Republic. All that we've been planning out for a month. We've been putting together these slides. We've been doing all this stuff. We're going to break down the High Republic like nobody else before. And we're also going to speculate on what the, we've been hitting those Sprouse covers. We nailed them pretty much. We told you. Now we got the ones coming out now. So there's one left. We're going to tell you what we think it is. We're going to tell you what we hope it is. Scott, good to see you. I haven't gotten through everybody. I do also want to say something else. Come on, fellas. Yeah, right. They're not gonna buy
They
NEC to air
did.
their product.
They did Moon Knight and they did.
He's joking. He's joking.
No.
Chef
What up?
Chef
Hold
Harris.
on, Jeff.
Can we get in trouble for singing this song? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Maybe.
Happy
Well,
birthday,
you already said Super Bowl a
Jeff.
couple
Happy birthday
times,
to
so-
you. Yeah, I mean, look, if we're gonna get demonetized, we might as well go all in with getting demonetized.
Yeah,
All right,
they can,
happy birthday
they
in
can
the
chop
chat,
up to
everybody.
$3 amongst themselves, however they want to.
Good stuff. I hope you had a great. I hope you had a great birthday. Let's get into comics. If we get news in the meantime, we'll come back and hit the news. Obviously, the news has been kind of a little bit crazy because we got a poster and a trailer, and we'll be doing that within the next 3 weeks. We'll also be going and breaking down all of Obi-Wan for you guys too. You're welcome, Chef. All right, let's get into the comics. Comics were interesting this week. We had Sprouse 20. Hope you all didn't get FOMO. I know some of you did, but it is what it is. Still tons of those comics up there for sale. The price is going down. If not, always go to Daggett Comics. Make him an offer. He's a good guy. He was the first one to lower it to like $17 a book. He's got a couple more out there. Maybe make him an offer, see what you can do for him. He's a great guy. So make sure that's DAGGETS Comics. You can check him out. All right, 20. We're going to talk about 20 real quickly. I think everybody's favorite Sabe is back, right? This is something that Jedi Johnson's been waiting for a long time. We get a little pat him off flashback. It was really creepy when she kept saying, he's got some good in him. He's got some good in him. But whatever. We get Zed 67 back. He no longer is shattered, and he threatens her for some reason. Do remember that Sabe is working for Crimson Dawn, right? We all know that.
Yep.
Yes. Caught up for that. So he's like, well, what do you want me to do? She's like, we got to go back and get Darth Vader because is whatever he is. They do a little bit of he knows about Skywalker. Now, do you remember this is after Luke blew up? This is the one problem I might have with Obi when it comes up. Like Darth Vader through new canon figured out about Luke Skywalker when the Death Star in the original movie, The New Hope, got blown up. And they've stuck with that through the new canon. So if something else changes, I might be a little disappointed, but we'll see. She finds out the team of assassins and the team of like freedom fighters. Vader comes in. She puts a list. She plants a list on his transport of supposed Crimson Dawn people who are part of the Empire. Vader comes in and ruthlessly just goes through and slicing, killing, does what Vader does best, right? Force choking, smacking. His other people start assassinating people in the wings. Everything's going crazy. It's going good. The Emperor's super duper happy. In the meantime, they go out there and they see somebody who's been mentioned a lot before. It's kind of interesting that they brought this character back. This is a character that Tarkin had brought up before and stuff like that too. What is his name? The Lord Espis Zakael? Whatever. He was a Baron back when Tarkin brought him up. They go there. They end up killing him. They find out that the list wasn't actually true and that guy wasn't part of the Crimson Dawn. At the same time, Vader's like, yo, are these guys good? And he says, I take it as it's for us. There it is. Star Wars news. Very good. All right. So the other part of it is Palpatine says, you killed some guys who weren't on Crimson. And he goes, yeah, I know that, but we had to keep everybody in line. That's the long and short of it. It was pretty good. It's a pretty good little bit that we had there. Pretty good little ditty. Ochi's like, blah, blah, blah. Vader's like, you do know I'm going to kill you and bury you in the desert and let Lando and Luke find you, right? Because that's what's going to happen. Ochi goes back scared to Umbre. Umbre and Ochi get shot.
Goonie knife on him, though. He needs
No,
to have the
not
Goonie
yet.
knife on him.
He will
before
have the
he
Goonie
gets
knife
killed.
to protect himself from Vader, and that's how he'll die. Chad Farr, good to see you. Sticks, great to have you. No, there was no Kenobi trailer. It's okay, though. We'll be all right. We're big boys and girls.
And I got JJ's news. It's
I
loaded
see it.
whenever
I see it
JJ
down
gets here.
low. Good. Hopefully JJ comes next. Sabe and Zed67 are like, yo, now you two are going to work for us. So they're not far off from when they're going to lose it. Next up, by the way, Trail of Shadows. This is probably the miniseries of, in my opinion, this is the miniseries of at least all of 2001 and 2002. And it may be one of the best miniseries of the entire Star Wars line, and I'm not over exaggerating.
All of Star Wars.
Well,
not just
all
High
the new
Republic.
stuff. Yeah, no, yeah, not yeah.
High Republic stuff.
Yeah, ever since 2015. I don't know what you guys think
Okay.
about
Oh,
this.
so all the Marvel.
Yeah, all the Marvel stuff.
current
Yeah,
Marvel
current
run.
stuff. This is probably one of the best shorts or minis that was out there. I was actually surprised. I do like Jose and what he's done with the adventure stuff, but this was a completely different tone, different art style, and done really well. Also, a product that I could see them very easily, if Andor works out, a product I could see them very easily translating over to a either an animated or a live action style. I hope you all got these books. We were talking about how it's going to be tough to get these books anyways, especially considering we told you the early sellout of the B cover, and you should probably pick up the 125. There is something big that shows up in this book. They start off with the little Trippy McTrip bags, right? We're doing the acid trip again. Emmerich and Holt, Officer Holt are there, or whatever she is. They run back into our man Utter Sound, and they got him all teed up because he's their prisoner now. And what is this B-gun, right? That's the little white mousy thingy.
Which a little
still hasn't shot Ultra yet, but like when Utter Sound says some stuff like, "Oh yeah, I got to do this and that," he's like, "No, he cares about his family too. I'll go kill all 50 of the little rats that he has." Then Utter Sound says, "Hey yo, chill out. We'll be okay." Dark Horse does start in October. Stick Boy, we got some stuff on that too, I believe. It's just a quick mention, but we're gonna go farther.
I want more voices in the comic reviews. I want some more character portrayals.
Me? Why am I doing that? Or no?
That was great. The little dude, like, "Hey man,
hey man, I can shoot you." All right.
Oh,
so Utter Sound's like, yo, I got this piece of paper and it's all chewed up, and he gives it over to Holt, and Holt's like, "What does this nonsense say?" And QT, yes, that's right, QT, who's the droid that hangs out on Emmerich's little shoulders, like, "Oh man, this ain't good." So he's like, "Utter Sound, what is this nonsense?" And then Utter Sound starts talking about it. He talks about how it's the notes from an old Jedi. He talks about how it talks about the Nameless, which, by the way, the Leveler is the same as Nameless. Let's link those together, right? We've been talking about the Leveler. That's just the totality of the thing, but it is the Nameless, which did originate in, they talked about it. Gray talked about it in her book, Master and Apprentice, and then it showed up in Count Dooku, which was Count Dooku Jedi Lost, which was Scott's book. So they're novels. All of a sudden, little Bigar is like, "Yo, I'll fly the plane. I got these skills." So it starts flying it, and guess what happens? Boom, chakalaka. There we go. So we know what time of the start we're at. We get to see the Starlight Beacon breaking in half, falling. Oh no, what are we going to do? We can't stop there. So they drop land. They're going to stop on Starlight Beacon and try to find the Nameless. They run it. This is brilliant right here. And by the way, it's also going to tick a lot of people off, because I think what happened, two pretty predominant favorite characters are about to get wiped off the board. So I'm going to ask your opinion on if you thought this was going to happen too. You got Buckets of Blood, and you've got how do you say Kier's name? Cork or whatever, the guy that used to wear the mask.
Like Court?
Court coming out of the smoke, saving a bunch of Padawans. Unlike Luke Skywalker, or Anakin Skywalker, the Skywalker family, they don't just kill Padawans or leave them for their nephews to murder. They actually save them, true Jedis. So they get him on the plane. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna go take care of this." Emmerich's like, "I think I got a plan on how to deal with it because I'm at this good spot. Let's go back in there, Buckets, and let's deal with it." They got a whole squad ready to go. Dude, I loved all this. This was just action packed. I really do think, like, if they nail Andor with the like spy thing, like this is the criminal, this is Miami Cops, right? This is the Miami Cops / what is that one? Law and Order. Like, it's a combination of the two. So I think we can really rock and roll with this.
Law and Order's coming back too.
I know. I saw it. He starts to do the trip out. Now, remember, this is very interesting because the trip out that he's having is, remember, of the like nanny or whatever Jedi that kept saying that song about turning into dust, a nursery rhyme. But that's also what was on the paper. And that's also made about this creature called Nameless. So we see the claw for the first time for Nameless, or the Leveler. He fights the urge. He actually can't see anything. So he's like, "Halt, listen. What do you see?" And she tells him, he's like, "That's not what I see. I see like a bloody hand from my nanny or whatever." She's like, "All right, just light your blade and cut off the hand, because they need to save a part." She shoots. He sees Geos, who's dead at this point, cuts off the hand. For some reason, Utter Sound now, who at the most was like, "Yo, I don't really even care," decides to throw a thermal detonator try to blow up the thing. And he's like, I'm going to throw it. He tosses it. And they're like, no. All of a sudden, shooting, a little bit more of the nihil out there. Buckets of blood comes running out. They leave. And all of a sudden, Emmerich's like, dang, man, we need to have something so we can identify what it was, something so we can go send it back to the CIS, the criminal investigation scene, and they can do their DNA checks and whatever. And Hulk goes, don't worry about it. I got the little finger thing he cut off. Bucket of blood's like, listen, we can't let this thing on. We got to take it out. We got to take care of it. Here you go. Let me strip down to my skivvies, because that's a thing. He really does it because he says there's blood on my robes. Use that for the criminal investigation too.
Galaxy far away.
Yeah. So he just strips down to his tiny whities, and him and Court go in to get killed by the Nameless. Unfortunately, hopefully they win, but I don't know, man. Not a lot of hope there. That sucks because both characters were pretty good. We'll see what occurs. It was great. They are going to do the Quest of the Jedi. It says in this book, and then they released 2 days later, like the next lineup. So we got to see what kind of was going on.
So the creatures, the levelers, that's what they're called.
Yeah,
they're like apparently they're force eating.
The Nameless. Okay. They call them Nameless now. So now it's called the Nameless because they're trying not to like. It's really weird because Gray used to call him Nameless with a small N. Speaking of the devil, and then in a big capital N, Scott did it in the thing. JJ, we haven't done your news yet. We'll let you hit a second. We're just talking about how sometimes Jedis need to get down in their skivvy to handle their business.
That's right. Get ready for a sumo match.
Did you, were you, I said this, JJ, and then you're going to poo-poo it. I know it, but don't poo-poo it too much. I thought that this was arguably it was 100% the best short, like the best mini run that they have done in the last 2 years. Debatable, and not by much. I could make a good debate about it, why it was the best mini that they've done since 2015, like throughout their whole run.
Yeah, I think so.
Arguably.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And I like Eye of the Storm too. I don't know if Eye of the Storm counts because there's only 2 issues, but
I like Eye of the Storm, but like how this last book, I mean, how it set it up and how, I mean, I just see so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's so great. I want so much more of this type of story. So I hope we get it. What are we laughing at? Cheeks out. Yes. In the bottom, it is a jock strap too. They couldn't even give him like the sumo one. They had to give him like, he's got to be wearing a jock strap, right?
You know what it reminds me of? And you're going to hate this comparison, but because it goes back to the Gindie Clone Wars thing, but it reminds me a lot of Samurai Jack.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. I think everybody overtakes. The problem I had with the Gindie Wars thing, it was great, like watching it like high as crap, but like seeing this action all the time was not something I really wanted to see like over and over again. And that's a lot what that was. Professor X, yep, we talked about that already. Zaggy, good to see you. Wayseeker, I think this is the best series I've read in a long time. It really was. If you guys haven't been along for us, we've been telling you how good this thing is. We've been telling you to pick them up. I hope you have, because this one, we'll tell you honestly when we think something's good and when something's not.
I actually really enjoyed this because when this first came out, we were talking about like the X-Files, detective type series, which really works if they do certain things. You know, some Star Wars stuff doesn't work, but this actually works. So
I think just ending it kind of, I think even how they ended it kind of on that light note with him. Like, I mean, come on, dude. It's silly that he takes his robes off, right? And then he's in a jockstrap. And it's during a really intense moment. Or like they throw the thermal detonator and then all of a sudden they have a hand. Like, they did a great job. And however they matched up the artists. Now, tell you this, there is a lot of writing. I know he's not used to writing comic books, but there is a lot of words in the bubble. It's almost DC-esque how much writing is on some of these pages, right? But unlike DC, where they just put words down to put bloody words down, every one of these word bubbles was very potent and really summarized a lot of a story in a small bit of portion. They could have easily extended this book out another 3 or 4 books, and I don't think they would have been out of pocket for it. But I appreciate the fact that they didn't. So that's all I got to say about that. Hey, it's JJ. Yeah, it's JJ.
Dwayne also wanted a story time intro, and I said, we already have one. We just haven't used it over here.
Oh, really? We do have one?
Don't you remember? Well, we were going to do a whole segment on the tax.
Story time? Yeah.
I can run it if you want me to. I moved it over.
No, we're not doing we're not doing story time. All right. Adventures 14.
Sure.
We told you guys about Long Pop last week. That thing popped and people love it. It's a great cover. And with her, as we were saying last week, she's part of the High Republic 2. And then guess what happened this week? we got this second half of this crappy story with Ray, and nobody cares really. Does anybody care about this story?
Boy.
I don't even know why I cut this together. I was going to talk about this story, but realistically, after talking about such a great story in the last one, I can't do it. It doesn't do it justice. This is lame.
Why didn't you put this one before it then? Build to the good one.
I built these on Thursday. It doesn't. If you ever check, every.
Did you know
what?
Did you notice if you go back one slide, they slightly in that middle panel there, they slightly confirm the name of Dengar,
Yes.
like the
Yes.
the alias or whatever you use, the Rathard. Yeah.
Rathard
Dang,
Dengar. Yeah, there was a couple callbacks. That's why I put that in there. That actually was the most important part. Were these two panels in the middle by the bottom? And yes, that was pretty cool, JJ. But besides that, the rest of the book was kind of.
That was about the only cool thing about it.
Yeah, the first half really stunk.
That was about it.
If you've ever noticed, I do kind of slide up which week I take the book that I think the best is and move the slots. So like last week's book, see what was in the 1 slot, see what's in the 2 slot this week. All right. But the second half of this was really good and messed up, right? Like it's kind of a messed up story for a kid's book. This little kid's stealing a fruit. She gets chased down by older kids, and she's like, yo, this fruit came out of the trees. They're for all of us. The kids are like, you're not supposed to be in there. That's my fruit. I'll crush it. All of a sudden you see a, hey, what's up? And it turns out it's Lolpop chilling on the side. And she's like, yo, what? And she's like, why are you letting those kids pick on you? And she's like, they're bigger than me, and they won't let me take the fruit. It's all our fruit. She goes, don't worry. I'm a Nihil. I got your back. I got a plan. And she goes, okay, cool. Let's go do that plan. I mean, this is like, isn't this every parent's nightmare that a serial killer finds your child on the side of the street and decides to, but Star Wars thinks it's appropriate for children. So, and that's why maybe IDW's, maybe that's
not just
still there.
Not just a crazed killer, but a crazed killer who can eat people.
Astro.
Yeah.
Oh, boo you, Astro. So crazed killer. The crazed killer all of a sudden decides to get a plan out and scares the guys because she dislocates her jaw and then puts it back into place. And then tells the little girl to go home and hang out with her mom as the Nihil destroy their city. And the girl's like, yeah, that's good. So she turns into a psychopath too. Great story, though. The second half was great. Once again, reason why IDW is probably losing their thing is because whatever.
Quick question.
Yes.
That the Lempop cover, it looked like it was a virgin cover. So when you got it, it had the header on it.
Header on it. Yeah, that's because we only pulled it. We pulled it from.
I thought it was a virgin.
Oh no, they're never virgin. It's the RI.
That'd have been cool if it was.
A lot of them would be cool if they did it. If they did all their RIs as virgin colors, it would be cool. Same thing with the Sprouse 50s. They didn't put the Sprouse 50 on it. It would be really cool covers. What do we got here? Oh, next week, for next week's books that we'll review. Yeah, that's silence.
We need a cricket sound effect.
Yeah, because they backloaded the orders and then rushed out the stuff, so they don't have any books coming out next week. Great job. Good job, Marvel. Anyways, but the FOC, we get another one of the Sprouses. For those people who have been following the IG, we've shown out the rest of the Sprouses. By the way, next week we'll also be guessing if it doesn't come out in the meantime. There's one Sprouse. We've done our research. We've had our little people out there. As of right now, now I'm not saying they can't change anything. It's a little harder to change than people think about it. But as of right now, the Sprouse covers are supposed to stop at Star Wars 22. We've kind of been telling people a while that, but Star Wars 22 is the last one. They haven't revealed the Star Wars 22 cover yet. April solicitation has already passed by. There's no Sprouse covers in the April solicitation, which would confirm what we thought. There's only one more cover left after the ones that are coming out with the Bo-Katan one and everything else. So FOC, and the Grief Karga one, which I don't think we needed a Grief Karga cover, but whatever.
We got Bounty. The Horatio Sands, the alien dude behind it.
Exactly.
I remember his name. That guy.
Yeah, that's what we needed.
Well,
okay, so this is the disappointing part, though. You're either getting Bad Batch with or without Omega, or you're getting Book of Fett with Fennec Shan. Which one would you have? Or a Vision cover? God forbid they give you that.
How cool would this be if it ends with the Bad Batch cover? The last cover is Bad Batch with Omega, but then Fennec Shan first appearances in Bounty Hunters. They introduce her in Bounty Hunters, and that's the surprise. Instead of putting on a cover,
yeah, except for it's in the Star Wars book. It's Star Wars 22.
Yeah, it'll be regular Star Wars.
Regular
Star Wars. Yeah. All right. So here we go. We got Dr. Afro. We got the cover with the owls. We will next week play Guess What's on the Sprouse 20, because it should be a pre-order for that if we didn't get it in time yet. But we will guess what's on that cover, and then we'll not hold each other to it because it's just for fun. 19 for Doc Afro will give you Bo-Katan and what's her name's name again?
Costa Reeves.
Costa Reeves. Yep.
Costa Reeves.
Also, they're doing a second print for the
like that.
Halcyon Legacy, which
Really?
yeah, the cooler cover because it's black, but like
Yeah, I mean it is nicer black, but do we really need it? Like
JJ Jedi Johnson loved it.
the
It's
shop,
not
I'm
signed,
saying
but
the
to
shops that I go to still have them on the. There's
there's
still
a
copies on the
shop
shelf.
on
Like,
Man, what Marvel?
Plus,
You
they
know
had
Marvel
six- they had
paper
600
shortage. They're
covers.
still
I don't
doing
know who-
reprints.
I don't know who with a paper shortage. It's great that they're giving us another one of these books, but whatever. Wow, really? Yes, wow, really, Scott. They're really doing this. I know. I can't believe it either, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right. That should end our coverage of comics. We will still have next week's and FOCs. We just won't have a comic book to review next week. JJ, would you like to do the news? Very good.
Wait,
Pete, could you run the
I
news?
heard no sound though, but I can get that up.
The problem is
JJ,
that I even
JJ,
give
Can you hear me now?
Now
I think I hit the mute on my mic. Okay. Sorry about that.
I've got no covers. Well, that's a shop
Okay.
ordering. That's not a Flip It Floppers issue. That's a
No covers?
you know how to order because it sounded like a dumb idea and it was a dumb idea
Yeah,
in a
dude.
dumb book. Okay.
It's not like it was a bake off or anything.
Ooh. Okay. So I don't know. Did we get in that? Not really.
We mentioned this, but no, we didn't see
No,
one.
we didn't get one.
No. It was a
Nope.
bummer.
Bum.
There was a Disney Plus commercial, but yeah.
There was also an Ewan McGregor commercial, but
Yes,
he
there
wasn't
was.
in one.
Which really that probably messed people up when I saw that commercial.
That was a tease.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. No.
No Obi-Wan.
And maybe tomorrow.
A bit of a
Maybe
bummer.
it drops tomorrow.
But I still say, watch out May 4th at the end of Moon Knight. Last episode
Yeah.
of Moon Knight was May 4th. Just saying.
Yep.
Mm.
Good idea. All right. Next up.
So this was
Wow.
expected / unexpected.
Expected.
Yeah. So a 8.0 graded copy, not even like the for reals, like minty fresh copy, sold for about almost $60K at auction. Which I think this was through Golden, I think. Golden
Wow.
auctions. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's yes, Fox.
No, Ruben might have it.
Dix, I think, does have
So
it.
this was like the first. If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this was the first version you could own at home. Was like the red hi-fi stamped
Yeah, I think so.
like CBS
I think
Fox
so.
version. I think this was
Yeah.
like the very first release of any VHS or anything at home for Star Wars. So-
yeah, I only got the THX ones,
Yeah.
like the box set.
But if anybody's got any of these lying around, they're still sealed. Especially, just saying, you could fetch
These are
yourself a
nuts.
new car or something out of it.
Isn't the tape going to deteriorate no matter what you do? Like, isn't it just
Yeah.
here?
Doesn't matter.
Hopefully, nobody gets any magnets near it or anything.
All right.
Mm.
Well, that
It's
thing you could like
amazing
demagnetize a.
It's all good,
Amazing how
yeah.
much these tapes are, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody just wasted a lot of money.
So this was interesting. This was, I guess, there weren't many rumors in the 3 days or so since we did our last show, but this was dropped on, I think, Beastman Bulletin dropped this one about. Apparently, there's a series started filming in June, and for those unaware, every series has like a code name to it when they're working on it, a working title.
I thought
Mandalorians
I don't
was.
think it was beta. I think they dropped it in the VHS and then they dropped it. Well, we'll go back and check.
No,
Anyways, go
baby,
ahead.
come on, man.
JJ, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So, anyways, everything has like a working code name title, and the one for this coming up in June that starts filming in June is Grammar Rodeo.
Grammar Rodeo, huh?
Very strange
That is very strange.
code, but I'm kind of thinking maybe Acolyte. Because
Yeah, it could
supposedly
be.
Ahsoka's supposed to start in April, I think. Filming.
Yeah,
The
that's
first
supposed to be spring.
Simpsons? Yeah, so it could be something different. You never know with those guys. You're talking about Best in Bulletin, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely rumor. Like not at all confirmed.
Maybe it's the Rangers one. They're going to decide. You know what? We're just going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rodeo Ranger. There you go.
I think they're pretty. I think they
Alphabet,
are.
They said series. They said series in the report, but the movies also have code names, so
Yeah.
maybe it's like some preliminary work.
And
on
so
movie,
the
but
High Republic, the
hard
first
to
High
say.
Republic one we know for sure is going to be Acolytes. They've stated that a bunch. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying by High Republic because the first
I
High
wouldn't be
Republic,
shocked if it was Acolyte.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Because Acolyte is announced, so
Yeah, but it should be shooting. I think around the time if they get it off the ground.
But you know what? I don't think it's going to be.
I think so.
You know, it's going to be a mystery because we already know it's coming out. You know, this could be something.
No,
else.
but yeah. I don't actually think this is the name. I think.
well,
yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's
not
gonna-
the name.
They use fake names when they go out to hire actors and stuff. So when you're putting it in the back of the paper, it's like, oh, a show called Grammar Rodeo, just kind of like Blue Harvest. You know what I mean? Yeah, you weren't actually. They just
yeah,
do
they
so
can put it in casting calls too.
Yeah, casting calls, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, Grammar Rodeo at Lucasfilms. I wonder what this is about.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it at Lucasfilms, bro.
Willow
all right.
Sears.
All right. Well, we'll see what it ends up being. Moving on.
Yeah. So yeah, this was the big casting news in the last 3 days. Was this the
I
Punisher?
like this guy. I like Titus
Punisher's coming to Ahsoka. Yeah. So
Cool.
I don't know. I think I mean, supposedly he plays an admiral, and it's not Thrawn. They confirmed that in all the press releases. And this is a solid story. I mean, this was reported everywhere. I think I actually pulled this line from Hollywood Reporter. So not a rumor for sure. He supposedly plays an admiral. Nobody knows what admiral, but a lot of options out there. I think Hux's dad was what I leaped to first.
Dad
in
is a good
Yeah,
one.
that was a rumor.
Hux's dad.
There's
Yeah.
two main ones.
What's his name?
It could also be
What about the
Right?
admiral? What's his
Yeah.
face in Rise of Skywalker? The one that worked on the Empire.
well, that is Hux.
That's
son.
That's
Hux.
Hux.
Son.
But this would be his father.
Yeah, because his father had interaction around this time. Like when you go back and look.
Not a Hux. The other guy, the old guy, who killed Hux, who shot him, who found out. The one that played the admiral at the end, that went down with the ship.
Oh,
We were talking about Admiral
found he was
Hux.
a double agent. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's who we're talking about is Admiral Hux.
I don't know if they'd cast a whole different guy to play him though.
A younger version
I don't
going
know.
into.
No, just
Yeah.
de-age him. Like,
I don't know.
They
This
just
dude's
de-age
already
everybody.
being pulled.
Yeah, they de-age
They just put a
Kyle.
deep fake face on you nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
the one who worked with Thrawn, you're talking about Eli,
like
and he's not
Eli.
an
That's
admiral.
what it was. Yeah,
He wasn't an admiral.
Yeah.
But maybe. I don't think he could play Eli. Eli's
in the
kind of
kiss,
supposed
maybe.
to be. Yeah, Eli's supposed to be a little bit more timid, maybe. Basically.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's a little bit, he's a
Yeah.
book nerd.
This is supposed to be a villain, supposedly.
Yeah.
It could just be an old Empire admiral that just
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Out in the
it
middle
could
of
be
nowhere.
anybody.
didn't
Could be
hear
a-
everything ended.
All right.
One of those.
We'll guess on some. We'll play a
be
game of
anybody.
guessing on who will be next week.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
go.
have some fun.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of High Republic announcements.
Somebody got to tell
Of course,
Katie to
as
stop
we're
doing
entering into the do what?
coke. Somebody got to tell Kiwi to stop doing coke. She got a nosebleed.
Oh,
Oh. What are you talking about?
and the Mohawk. But and so yeah, it's if you flip to the next slide, I'll kind of go over them. But there was an art book announced, which was interesting. But these were the projects they kind of came out with. But these were the ones that are start phase 2,
You know who's doing the art book?
wave 3 they call it. So,
Hmm.
but
You
we
know
got
who's doing the
the-
art book?
I think it's actually a young adult novel. Is co-written, one by Justina Ireland and Tessa Gratton. And then we got another book from George Mann coming up, which I think is a middle grade novel, The Quest for the Hidden City. The most interesting one though was that the all ages comic for Star Wars: The High Republic, Quest of the Jedi will be the title, and it's going to be written by Claudia Gray,
Yes,
and it's under
the
Dark
best
Horse.
writer
title.
they have.
So,
And I think this is
Yep.
brilliant.
so
The
and she,
best- they put the best
Yep.
writer on the Dark Horse comeback. That's going to be amazing. They also did say that Jose is going to
Yep.
be doing a TPB for Dark Horse 2. That should be
a
fun.
graphic novel. Mhm.
Graphic novel. Well, yeah, graphic novel too.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll release that as a graphic novel and not pull an IDW and split it into 4 parts for no reason.
Please don't. Yeah, please don't. But great stuff. Quest of the Jedi.
So a
I
lot
think
of good
should
stuff
do-
coming out.
Yep.
That's cool. Nice.
Most of the stuff won't land. I don't think the initiative actually starts till like September, October. So
And like I said, we'll talk more
most of the
about what
stuff
this
is way off
what's
in the
going
future.
what this section's going to be next week. Kind of going through a little bit more of it when we break down High Republic. When we got a little bit more time, we're going to give you guys a death toll: who's still alive, who's still dead. We're going to give you a who's cool Jedi's, who do we like looking forward, who do we like looking past. Kind of hit up like the first appearance list. Remember, halfway through phase 1, we did that already, right, JJ? We have all this ready. We're like halfway through it, so we're going to do an update to that. I got to tell you, one person, and we'll get into the reviews, my man Wayseeker's crying over it, but like we thought she was going to turn and she died, so we get to update that too. So we'll get you across the board, let you know what's going on in the world and everything like that. Next up, let's do a little bit of a hey for all those who I don't think we've had a full Hasbro review. We did the Rancor thing, but we haven't had one of their Fan Fest days here exclusively on Renovision. We do like to poke a little fun at this, but we have Dom now, and Dom's very serious about his collectibles. So we've got Dom's collectibles. All right. It starts off why they're wearing. I knew as soon as I saw them in these shirts, this was going to be a great episode for us and not so good for them. So, Dom, was I right?
Yep.
Matching happens.
So go ahead.
They just talked about things that didn't make any sense.
They got rid of the one lady who was like actually you cared about and did stuff, and they just crewed it up. How's Patrick still not fired after that Rancor debacle?
Well, he got remember he got promoted to
Oh,
global.
yeah, that's right. They promoted him.
He got promoted.
You should
So-
promote him. And Eric's still on these. Like I know his boss is sitting next to him now, but what the
And Eric
heck?
looks like he's always pissed, like he doesn't want to be there.
They read so poorly off the they read so poorly their scripts that are on the like if you ever watch Bartles, he'll just sit there and when he's talking, he'll be looking down at his laptop, reading it word for word, and they go, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." And you're like, you could have pre-read your
beforehand.
You could have pre-read your stuff, buddy. Like, all right, so that's our crew, all wearing Boba Fett Book of Boba Fett shirts.
Yeah.
I actually think the shirts are really cool.
What was the-
However, I'm not sure they watched Book of Fett. We'll get into that in a little bit later. What do they start off with them?
Yeah, so they started off with the archives, the new ones, the new wave, a C-3PO that
Where's Jedi at?
you could still get. Yeah, where's Jedi? Because you'll probably love that.
Isn't this just a repaint of the last one
Yeah.
they did? You just changed the leg
repaint.
from red to
Well,
Or what-
actually, he's got the silver leg. So I don't think the original had the silver leg. I think they finally because the accurate version had the silver leg.
right. But isn't this
Yeah.
just a repaint for the last one that they
It's a repaint, and they just painted the leg silver.
They were very excited. It said there's a testament to the breadth of characters that this is literally what Patrick said. It's a testament to the breadth of characters that we have that we can re-release CP3O. We haven't released them in 5 years. And the chat said, dude, you just gave us a C3PO last year. And he had to correct himself and said, well, we haven't released the
original.
And then the breadth of characters, like they killed them for that because you could have put Cad Bane out again as archives. You could have put out Bosk as archives. You could have put out, I don't know who else.
Boston did come out last time, the last wave.
Yeah,
Bosk
the last
came out.
wave and it's sold out. They didn't get enough of them out of there. Reissue them, right?
Well, no, once they reissued him already, you could find them. He's a little bit more money, but he's still cheaper than the original version of
I
came
get
out.
that.
But they're not gonna once they release something a couple
But
of years back, they're not gonna
C3PO?
release.
Is that what any of you get? Dom, are you happy that out of the breadth of characters they
No,
decided to
because
release? Go
the
ahead.
only one that is actually worth getting is the Dengar. The
Oh,
Dengar.
I don't know.
Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I like one. I like Lando.
I like
They-
Lando too.
Yeah, but the people said you just released this character a little while ago.
Yes. And this is going to be, unfortunately, a peg warmer. You'll be able to get this one.
Yeah.
I hope so. I want one. I just want one.
Yeah, but do you notice anything about these characters real quickly? There's a reason why these two characters are out there, and it's a theme that they didn't follow through with. All right. They also said this. Illustrated the illustrations on the back of the board, they're just amazing, and that's what's really going to drive the value on this. and then they refused to show the illustrations on the back of any of the card.
What illustration?
Yeah, they just kept talking about how great it was, and then they never said. And then here you go. This is what Dow's saying.
This is Dangar. This is about the only one because it did go up in value significantly. So, and they made it better. They reworked the face.
It looked really good. The face and the back, all the accessories. I thought they did a really good job with this character.
They let the figure model show off the figure because that's what it looked like there. They say, hey, look, Dengar showed off his face mold.
Yeah, well, I mean, there you go. I don't know who criticize the way people look, but you could do it.
I think I'll probably pick this one up if I find it. Maybe
for sure.
Depending on
this is the one I'm probably gonna get. Out of all the figures, I don't buy a lot of Black Series anymore, but this is the one I think I'm gonna.
I wasn't alone. Joe's with me, like normal. Joe's with me.
Either way, I thought they did a really good job there. What does it say here? I can't read. It says, this is where they
find the Boba Fett in the season of Boba.
Yeah, the Book of Boba. They said he's a friend that's next to Boba Fett in the season of Boba Fett. It's like, dude, did you not watch Book of Fett? He never showed up. What are you talking about? And then we got this.
The Emperor. Well,
they just released one, did they?
They did, but the one on the throne actually sold out, and it went up to a couple of $100. So kind of.
What's going on with his head?
They actually made a big point of stressing how great the head was.
The head actually does look pretty good. They repainted it.
Oh, they made the butthead version. I don't like the butthead version.
It was creepy. I'll give it that. At least it's creepy.
No, I meant in the box. I guess the hood was down. In the box, it looked like his head was really.
Yeah, no, it looks really bad in the box.
That's what was throwing me off.
Did he have a walking stick?
Back art on the card.
Yeah,
he has.
Yeah, they gave him one in the original place that he did.
Yoda's.
The original place that he had it. Yeah, they did the. So these are all available to major retailers. They did say they're pre-order, but they also said that they will be in stores and they're not going to be exclusives, I don't think. So that's going to be fun.
This is now the gaming greats.
High school graduation. Sorry. Oh.
No.
Yeah, good point, Eric. They cut him so he didn't win the Bible.
Well, with the gaming greats now, they have a second Dathomir brother that dropped now.
Eric. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I actually thought that was cool. So they talked about how they already talked about this clone trooper, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that came out. Yeah.
And the Dathomir Archer brother, which was pretty dope. I thought that was a great one. Except for be available at GameStop, so maybe you'll get it.
Well, on the shelf, fall 2022. More likely 2023 because the way things are going, we're lucky you see it in 2022.
Yeah. Will GameStop still be around in 2022?
In 2022, exactly.
Yeah, in 2022 or 2023.
People keep buying the stock,
Not anymore. It's been falling. It was falling very fast there for a long time. Okay, so then he started out with, and I did close captioning, so you guys can.
Beginning this second item, punch a little bit above the weight, so.
Yeah, he's talking about how it's going to punch above the waist. For that one, it'll knock it, and then goes back and goes like, yeah, that one's really going to knock your socks off. He's like pushing for this product, and then they show us a
vintage,
which came in the Trooper pack. Didn't this come in the Trooper pack? This is one of the clones out of the Trooper pack.
On the Trooper pack, and also one of the clones on the archive, the new one that just dropped out, the Black Series.
Yeah. So they're just like, we're going to read
it. Is this any specific clone? Is it any of the ones we saw in Clone Wars, like a very special episode?
Well, these are
the ones with Anakin, right?
Yeah, these are the ones with Anakin, the ones that in Order 66 that
are in the Trooper pack. Yes,
in the flashback when you seen them on.
No, but what I meant is, how sometimes they kind of spotlighted a couple of them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, yeah,
looks a lot like Tamara Morrison for them right now.
Yeah. So you'll be able to pre-order those. It's on a card back. I don't understand why they whatever.
One thing about the vintage figures, I love the card backs. I can honestly say the card backs are really cool.
Okay.
The artwork, I like them.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I'll give it to you. So this is the big item that they were talking about that everybody's going to freak out with. And the first comment was, "Oh, so y'all screwed up on the Rancor, but you're pushing forward anyways." And that's what they're doing. It's Jabba's palace. It's a plate.
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of funny with this. When it dropped, I was saying, nah, I'm gonna pass. But it dropped. I pre-ordered it.
Well, what was the final price on this? Because people were asking, they're like, just stop trying to promote it and just tell us what the final price on this was. Do you remember what the price was on this?
220.
Oh, geez.
Was it 220? All right. I knew it was over
2 carded figures, but I mean, like.
But wait, you also get a fat, chubby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you get Han Solo and Yes, and they're like
chubby bib.
Yeah, chubby bib for tuna.
Yeah. They give you a deluxe carded bib.
Deluxe carded because it's 2. You need 2 cards for
Little extra plastic.
He's gotten so fast. It's called the deluxe version.
They did look at how big this thing is again, which what they were doing with the Rancor. You could tell this was set up, and they never changed any of their marketing items. This was set up to be like, hey, for all you people that invested in the Rancor and like got your like, rewards, how cool is it going to be? And then it's like, yo, but you didn't do the Rancor, so this really kind of sucks now.
Well, the thing that sucks the most is now
we know the Rancor pit is empty.
Yeah. So now people drop this, and they failed the Rancor. They got to put the Rancor back out again, guarantee.
Yeah, because they made the middle part so it slides back and forth for the Rancor pit, and there's no Rancor pit. They were what they got really excited about instead was the grill, which you could manually turn. You could use and they did that a lot, and they different meats on it.
I can turn the.
Wait, do you guys think? Do you guys think they're going to repurpose the Rancor and try to make it the Boba Rancor and just do a quick remold, throw a little nose ring on it, make a Danny Trejo figure to include with it instead?
That'd be cool.
No, I think that's why, because people were saying in the chat, they're like, there's a reason why you didn't give us the original trainer was because you wanted to set up for this for the Boba Fett set.
Yeah.
They're giving you Boba Fett. They're coming out with a Boba Fett in Boba Fett. You're going to get that character come out. You're going to get this come out. And they're saying it particularly at this point where they kept sliding. They're like, you could slide them forward. And everybody's like, why would you slide them forward if there's no Rancor?
They were trying to zing in it.
Yeah.
Well, why would you slide it forward anyway? Where are you going to have this displayed? Where you're going to be able to slide it forward off of your shelf?
And
I always build an extra shelf onto the front of my shelf so I can slide that out.
Hey,
well, I'm going to build an extra room so I can have that to slide it back and forth.
And then she got really excited because she was going to give you Fat Fortuna. Like, that brings us to she thought this was saving the best for. Read it. This is what this woman said. She did.
That brings us
this face
saving the best for last.
Now, as he was saying, it's going to knock your socks off. Saving the best for last.
As you
saw Fortuna
in that video spot.
In
that video spot, the end credit scene. Why video spot? It's not a video spot.
It wasn't a video spot.
Yeah. Well,
Tuna. And then she turned over and she's like, "Yeah."
I can't believe we got an action figure of somebody that was technically on screen for 45 seconds total.
Well, listen, we got the action figure for the ice cream
to get shot in the face.
Dude, and they lost it over the staff too. They're like, "Oh man, remember this toy was thrown in?"
Yep.
And then they put it on screen. Now we get to make it again.
Exactly, because the original one didn't. They never had it. The original version didn't have it.
They made
the original had the staff, but the character never had a staff.
It was never in the
movie. Made a staff for him to give him something to put in the toy package. Then they put it on screen, and then they got to make it again.
Yeah, that's what it was. This originally came with the original Kenner toy. They made the staff as an accessory.
Yeah, a little spiral staff. I used to give it to other toys.
You have other ones over the head with.
In the movie itself, they never had it.
Yeah, never had it. Hey, some of us all need some sunlight. It's winter out here, but she is in California, so I don't know why she's so pale. Anyways, but then she freaked out. She said it was so great. Of course, this is the favorite part.
Needs a back to tank.
Now, let me ask you a question. Was if I wasn't mistaken, the clothing, it's rubber, it's not cloth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what they started going, "Oh, you want to talk about the staff, but you got no soft goods?"
No soft goods.
They were killing them on it. They killed them on it. So I know Dom fell for FOMO and bought it, but it wasn't. Next time,
I was wearing my Warner Herzog action.
Because the box
exactly.
Is say,
we need the client.
Boba Palace. Have Boba Fett's name on.
You spent $225 so you could buy a box that says Boba Fett's Palace on it.
Couldn't even give me a back to tank with Boba Fett's palace.
No, it says Jabba's
Palace.
It does say Jabba's palace. It doesn't.
I know, but at least could have given me a back to tank.
No, but that's
That'll be the next set. It'll be the upstairs part with the back to tank and the flowy winds, and he can have the whole setup where his armor comes up and he gets dressed by their droids like Iron Man. Like that's what you'll get.
They did finally. Everybody's yelling about how they're tanking Black Series, but they did get up to some of the upcoming things they have in the pipeline. What?
Could they have given her a bigger bow
or a bigger head?
Like freaking, like the bow's like as big as an action figure.
Yeah,
looks huge.
Yeah, but it's still good that they made a figure. Like that makes sense. Making her as a figure makes
a timely figure. That makes a lot of sense.
Werner Herzog.
They're gonna give us Echo 2, which is like
the tech looks pretty cool. I like the hand.
They're gonna give us the 50th Ahsoka Tano. They gave us no Ahsoka Tanos. Now we're gonna have 50 of them. So
well, that's the Rosario, right?
Rosario's, yeah.
That looks like Rosario Dawson. That one.
Another troop builder, and then Vintage is getting another Yoda because there's not enough Yodas.
That's a weird looking Yoda.
Yep.
Is that a troop builder? It looks like Paz.
No, that's another Black Series.
I think it's another because Paz they release as the heavy gunner. Like
that's right, the heavy gun.
No, he's got the name now.
Yeah, this is just what's their name? So ones that were on the moon.
Yeah, the Yoda. Well, the Yoda has soft goods. You can see it's soft goods. So
yeah, okay.
Did they ever make axe?
You can always just cut your sock. You can always just cut your sock and put it on Yoda to make soft goods.
Yeah,
you did it with the Jawas. It'll work for Yoda. All right.
Yeah, but Yoda's like his proportions look weird, like the way he's standing. Like
surprised they didn't give him another lightsaber.
That could just be how I blew. Oh
that
yeah,
didn't land.
A dump. Yeah. All right, so those will be available for pre-order, and then they'll supposedly be up in some stores. Yeah, they already are. Then they're giving us Anakin Skywalker from Episode 2.
Yay!
And then the Mandalorian
Commando.
Yeah,
he hates sand.
Cool.
He hates sand. Yeah, he's got 3 catchphrases. You push his belt, and it says, "I hate sand." I can feel everything going on in that room.
Dom is the Vintage series, and to all of our people overseas, because I know they love Vintage overseas. Is Anakin Skywalker Episode 2 the one you were looking for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, I always wanted Annie from Episode 2.
Annie.
I mean, I always understand the builders. Yeah, I mean, Sakura. I don't know how good that one is because I think that's
still kind of fun. I'm not mad at Ayla Sakura.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're giving us something like that. I get it. Darth
Maul.
Yeah, but that's
is good.
Or season 7.
I like that. And the Saw Gerrera finally to complete the Rogue One.
Okay, I get that, but did they ever give us the Maul from Rebels? With this,
no, we got it was in the figures,
the legs,
in the 2-packs.
Oh, you want the
spider legs? No, not spider legs. I want.
Oh, yeah, the Robo legs. They didn't have spider legs.
Yeah, I want but I don't want just Robo legs.
Robo
No, I don't want Robo legs. I want the one where he's in the desert with the half part of oppresses, and then his crack lightsaber together where he fights.
They actually came out with a 2-pack. Him and the second sister, the fifth sister, 2-pack for Rebels, but they weren't like fully posable.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. That was another one. They could have rolled this out real easily.
Yeah, both same idea there, Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just recolor Chewbacca.
No, the male set. Oh, but it didn't move, right? Sticks. It wasn't like a true Black series. And that was beginning of Rebels. That wasn't the end one where he meets him in the desert. That was the beginning of Rebels.
This just bored me.
I want the Obi Death one, and then they give you another Han Solo, but it's they said we've aged him really well in this figure. We're going to age him really well. Okay.
Chewbacca,
because the Chewbacca in New Hope, the Chewbacca and Jedi.
Marco's favorite movie.
The medalist Chewbacca from A New Hope, because we need that for some reason.
Grandma Tarkin.
Yay.
Yeah, Tarkin. I always love Tarkin.
Yeah, Tarkin.
Yeah, but were you really chomping at the bit for his action figure? Is that
you can still get it?
I have it. I don't need it.
You can still get it.
Yeah, this is gonna be
poor Peter Cushing. They're just gonna never let his image go.
Just let my image die.
Was anybody archive raving for like Princess Leia in the disguise? I mean, I think there's so much. You want to give us a Princess Leia?
When I was a kid, that was always one of my favorite action figures.
Yeah, it was too.
It was her in the disguise.
I never had played it as her though. I always played it as the guy who she stole the costume from.
Yeah, I would take her helmet and put her on my GI Joes.
You could still get it. You can still get out there.
which is what I'm saying. Like all these characters, you can pretty much get. I know they said they're going to touch upon Solo, but like
That's about the only thing the archives does. They make them the figures a little bit better. They resculpt the faces and they do a little bit better paint the apps.
Okay. But then give us Slave Leia, Tarkin. I'll
They're
take.
never gonna make that again.
Black
Slave
Leia.
Leia, you're not going to get anymore.
Yeah,
Why not?
I think they pretty much said that.
Haven't you been watching cancelculture.com?
No, I don't watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they apart from the name of Slave Leia, also the
No, I know they're not going to say.
justification part of Slave Leia. We're never getting that Leia again.
Slayer Leia now.
Yeah, Hut Leia or whatever. It is.
They're not making it again. They're just not.
I wish they would go like the one thing I wish they would do is go like further with the gaming great stuff and give it like more than just figures. Like the Jabba Palace thing. Like imagine like a gaming greats for that from like Knights of the Old Republic or Force Unleashed. Like,
or one of the other
like an
ones.
actual set like that would
Or
be cool.
hey, why don't you re-release instead of in a 6-figure or 3.5? Why don't you re-release the Ahsoka Tano Clone War with what's his name on the back in a 6-inch? Like there's if you want to go that far back, you want to do that type of stuff with us when she's on the back with the backpack as a deluxe figure. You could do that. Cad Bane's always selling out. Run them one more time through archives. You know what I mean? You know, there's things you could do where they're just not doing it.
Well, there's a figure that's coming
Actually,
out.
we're going to say the next archive that's going to run out is another fucking Luke Skywalker. You only got 50 of those in C-3POs. Go ahead.
Well, the figure I'm waiting for is Star Killer. That's what I want.
Yeah, Jabba Slayer or
Doesn't he
Slayer,
have one?
Slayer Jabba.
Like an old one?
No, they're coming out with the 6-inch.
Like a really old black series.
What?
Yeah, I have the old. They have the old black series, the vintage one, but they never had the actual 6-inch one.
Yeah. What about this? What about this? Yes, you. I mean, you probably could if it's not in canon. They released some other characters that weren't in canon, so like, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
it was one of the votes. One of the
they
votes.
do it under the Gaming Greats name all the time.
Yeah, under Gaming Greats, they had 2 characters that came out of Gaming Greats that were not in canon that they were going to release. They just didn't win.
Well, they came out with Dark Nihilus. You know, he came out in Black Series. So
yeah,
I got him
Nihilus
behind
isn't canon.
Yeah, I got him too.
Yeah.
Redeemed Revan is not canon.
Yeah,
It's not. Nope. 3, 3,
So-
4.
They didn't make a 6-inch Bane though, did they?
not yet.
They only made the
Talking
little guy
6-inch.
in
We're talking
Yeah.
6.
the evolutions. The
All right. We want to
give us
into-
a 6-inch Mandalore the Ultimate, and you know,
That'd be
like
cool.
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, imagine like a set with Mandalore the Ultimate versus Revan fight or something.
Instead
Like, go further with the gaming great stuff. Like really,
Or
What
Gaming
about,
Great- yeah, you could do Gaming Greats, or you could go into Legacy. You
Don't
could
keep
just
on me.
start a
The
Legacy.
Night Sisters, man. The Sisters of Dathomir.
Night
Yeah.
Sisters would be good too.
That's a great troop builder too. Sisters of Dathomir. You could do that. All right. Wow, that was a good Super Bowl party. What, Pete? You're gonna go and do the comic market update?
Well,
Let's talk
depends.
about that.
That's what you want to do next. I can do it.
Let's do that, and then we'll get into a full review on the novel by Jose Older. Is that how you say his last name? Odell? Yeah. We'll do that.
Mhm.
That actually book was really good, by the way. Spoiler alert. Very, very good book. And actually I'm excited to see the next phase because of that book. Like between his comic book and that book, super excited for what's coming up.
All right, well, that's why I'm going to be like the audience who hasn't read it, so you can tell me about it because I didn't have time to get to that.
I did not listen to it. I went back to reading books because I don't have time to listen to garbage.
Well, I didn't have time to do either. Reading physically reading, you know, that would take me like 3 months to physically read the book. I have the attention span of a gnat. Like I can't sit and read a book. But that all said, we do have
I think they will. I think you'll see a catch back on it now. Yes.
some hot Star Wars comics to go over.
Oh, there we go.
So we'll follow up on last week when everybody, Cad Bane, everybody wanted Darth Maul
Yeah. This book's been nuts.
flying off the shelves. Copies selling 120, 175, 150 bucks. 121 copies sold when we looked at it.
Woo!
Like a week or so ago.
That's
Maybe it was a week and a half now. I think it was like a week and a half now.
Yeah.
But when I say this week, I'm basically going back to right around Wednesday when the last episode hit. So it's not a full week. I'm not going back to last Sunday for the most part. It's mostly in that kind of Wednesday range.
Sure.
But over the last week, it's still selling. It's still selling. And kind of close to those prices. 42 sold, still 122, 180 at auction. Like these are still getting bid up by people.
There was somebody
Sure.
on.
Hey, make
There
sure
was
you
one on
wish Chef
Macari
happy birthday.
that-
Make sure you wish Chef a happy birthday. All right, go ahead.
Oh, happy birthday, Chef. There was one on Macari that sold for like $95. That was fine, like a fine copy.
But that's
like
what
literally
kinda
he said fine in the title and everything.
I
was like $95.
I don't know how many people I've seen in the last
Thing that had
7
like
days.
18 spine ticks in it.
Yeah, but I don't know how many people I've seen in the last 7 days post that meme where it's like there was, like last week, like it was Cad
Yes,
Bane,
it was Cad
ex-girlfriend.
Bane, Black K, and hey, look, Grand Inquisitor.
Are you not watching the market? Because that's not true. Like Cad Bane's still doing really well. And if you're, you should have sold already, but if you still held on, there's still some room, and Cad Bane's not dead. I think that's the reason why.
Looking at the market, just looking at what's happening here, prices are consistent for the most part. Its volume's down a little bit, but
sure.
42 copies. And like I said, this is 42 copies back to Wednesday. So Wednesday to Sunday, it's not a full week. That's still a lot of copies of this book.
A lot of copies
on eBay. This is just eBay.
And
well, that's 42 copies after the price is spiked.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's staying steady. But remember, these key, like when you think about books that are actual key, I'm not going to get into a debate. Don't start telling me what a key isn't.
These are bids too.
Yeah. Books that I consider a key because it's a key, a major character like a Cad Bane, not some side note or not some like the cover's cute. You see the floor is going to be higher than what books that are pump and dumpers. And this was just a good book. And I hope everybody had it. Yeah. And I hope some people sold some of them.
Again, it's one thing if these were like buy it now, as people scooping up whatever out there. These are bids. 14 bids to get $122, 13 to get over 107, 180 got 19 bids. 20 bids to get 170. Like there's action on these books.
Look, he's going to come back. He's going to come back in a show like Obi-Wan or Endor.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's still going to be live action.
Don't
if he's even dead.
Just say he'll come back. That's all you have to say. He'll
come back.
It doesn't matter whether
he doesn't show up.
They will use him again.
Come back and Obi-Wan did.
They'll use him again. Okay.
Yeah.
My words. I apologize.
We said it last week. We said it again. They'll probably use him again. But you got to this book in a month probably will come down, but it's not going back down to $25. It's not going
no
$30. That's gone. That's long gone. So Darth Maul, number 3.
So we got number 3, which is the cover, which everybody loves. When we looked at it, 71 copies had sold over the week at that time. And looking at like 65, 40 to like $70. And the second print is also a little pricier because of the black cover. This week, again, volume is down, but 18 copies, but it's still $37 to $90 to $100.
Like more.
Still not going down.
This is a thing that I don't personally understand with the cover
All
thing.
auctions.
Yeah, this is the thing I don't understand with the cover thing, but this is very important in the market to watch because, as we have said, this is a trend that's not going anyplace. As you can see from the prices. Now, let's check it in 6 months and see where that trend's at. But as of right now, first covers, it's like them or hate them. I think it's fucking stupid.
It's becoming a thing.
Across the market, it's a thing now.
That I'm not going to sell them because, like, it's a thing. Like you should definitely know what a thing is. So.
Well, it's also second appearance, which is also another thing. You get priced at a first appearance, they go to that second.
You can't find the number 3? Darth Maul 3. Everybody's passing off.
There's tons of them out there. They're expensive, but they're
there. No, people are still passing off.
It is hard to find in the second print.
Yeah.
The second print is I got one right here. Thankfully, I grabbed one just because I like it. I like the black starry sky on the second.
It's nice. I like that one better.
I actually like the yellow better, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's all right. Pick and choose. The last one for Cad Bane, just to kind of recheck back in. At the time, the Galactic Icons, which we told you about like over a month ago, like when we first started this thing, we threw Marco, you said throw Cad Bane in, even though there was no reason to.
Yep.
Like there was no rumors, no evidence to let's look at this book.
Yep.
But at the time, there were 13 copies. This is like when it hit, and like, hey, Cad Bane showed up. 13 copies of this book had sold, all like $90 to $125, kind of like the price.
Right.
This week, like since Wednesday, 11 copies still sold, and again, it's still over $100 for raw, and you can see $450 for a 9.8. So prices is not going down on this one.
Yeah, these have been great books. They've been doing.
Somebody asked me last week if you're looking at more of these and if they spiked like this and the Kira one went up and all that, like which one should you get now that's still cheap? My answer was Hondo.
Yeah, Hondo.
You still find the Hondo Galactic Icon pretty cheap.
If he's Nest.
I mean, like You can find it in bins sometimes.
Inverness Nest or whatever. Yeah.
Inverness Nest one's harder to find though.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to go look for it if you can find it for cheap. Like again, don't go over.
Exactly. No FOMO there. No FOMO.
Yeah, no FOMO, but if you
Yeah,
find it,
Wayseekers right too. The Afra is still relatively cheap.
Hey, listen, remember when these first came out? I'm telling you, when these first came out, if you watched our show 2 years ago, I was talking about these books and saying like they're starting to come down from $20 because when these first came out, they were pretty much $20 a piece. Now, as we saw with Cad Bane,
a lot of them were still covered. Like the nice ones were $20.
Like if you went to a con, you'd have to pay between $15 and $20. That's what the going rate was when they first came out. I mean, some of them, yes, Rose.
No, some of them there was nobody cared.
Rose Tika and like, some of the people that people didn't want weren't that big, but like Cad Bane, the Emperor, Yoda, Boba Fett.
Well, people got sick of them too. As you got to the higher numbers, I guarantee you there was less ordered. Like
even the
artist 29 out of 36,
what's that?
31 out of 36. Those are probably far less ordered than early on.
Right. But I mean, that's it. So when those started coming back to those prices, when it started going under those prices, I was like, buy them up. And hopefully you did. They're still out there. Try to dig for them. If you can get them under that $20, if any of them you can get for around $10 or less, I think they're just cool to have, man.
And they're just cool to have. A lot of these are pretty good. It's a hard as hell set to build because it's 30.
And you can always sell them pretty well too. Like if you find them cheap, like in a dollar bin somewhere, go ahead and pick it up because you can usually sell it to somebody who's trying to complete a set.
God bless. All right. Yeah. No, I've never seen a dollar. Well, that's not true.
I've grabbed some of them out of the dollar bins, but again, it's the characters nobody wants. It's like, oh boy, I got a Rose.
I was getting them when they were dropping. As they were dropping, they put aside for me, so I got the set put away somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got most of them as they came out. That was the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, but
so we might as well look at the book for this week, right?
Yeah, this is
see what's going down.
This is the crazy.
So this was before the news. So this was last week. I went back last week, basically covering Wednesday to Wednesday, like the February 3rd to the 10th. So there were 22 copies before the news of Rupert Friend being cast.
Was that high before? Wow.
Still, yes, it was this high. I didn't grab the actual prices, but still, the best offers accepted were only like $10 under. So we're still talking $100 about like for the cost of this thing. Like a lot of these are $90 to over $100. Still. Crazy.
I smell something.
But Pete, wasn't this like as soon as they mentioned Inquisitors were going to be in the Obi-Wan series when Obi-Wan was first being done?
Yeah, these books have gone up since then. Yeah. Since the rumors of Obi-Wan might have it, they've been up for a while. But more copies. Again, it's all just about volume. I mean, that's really what the news and the immediacy does. It's the number of sales. And now it jumped up this week to 31's, sold, but you can still see there's copies that are actually not that bad. And actually
$9.99.
Yeah, I grabbed that, but that's a French one.
Oh, okay.
It's still.
I didn't notice. I was like, "What the heck?"
I didn't either at first. I grabbed it. I was
like that.
$9.99.
This is why when rumors sometimes I smell something funny, and now I'm kind of doubting the rumor. This is. I'm not saying there's some funny business going on, but something sells funny with this because all of a sudden a bunch of copies at around the price that you're going to list and sell them for the next week were bought up. I'm just saying it feels.
Well, you could say it, but what's weird, these are actually lower than those prices from the week before.
That's what I'm saying. It's lower than what? Yeah, that it's a little bit fishy.
Yeah, it is because 24 bids to $42. That's
that's what I'm saying. Now it's going live bid 24. Yeah, something's fishy.
A lot of action, but wait, that was actually February 2nd. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Maybe I did this backwards.
I was about to say that seems a little.
Yeah, I think I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, looking at the dates, I'm sorry. I put the date.
Now I don't smell anything.
Flip that.
All right,
that's better.
I was rushing.
I don't smell anything fishy. All right,
that's okay.
February 2nd.
So it was about $40 to $70.
Yeah,
before
40 to 70
before the news.
Now it's about
okay. Now it's more believable. I start smelling some fishy.
Yeah, no, the amount of sales is correct, but I put them in the wrong place. My bad.
I will say this: there has been a flood more of these books have hit the market, like a lot. Than
there's a lot
before.
Out there.
I mean, there's a lot out there to have now that people are listing.
Okay.
There's a lot out there, and then we got the
JJ likes better.
I like it better too because it's his first appearance.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
it is.
I don't have to show you the inside. He's in there. It's not a. He's not in shadow.
I'll have to post it on Instagram because I didn't put it up or anything. But there's an interesting thing I noticed that a certain app did.
Book are trying to switch around what a first appearance is.
Yeah.
They missed this series because when Kanan stuff like hit, like when people started buying up really quickly, and then when it got to like a fishy of like, well, I mean, Sabine Wren's only fucking right there. The whole squad's there a couple times. Oh shit. People are trying to change the market of what a first appearance is.
Yeah, well, it's good. They got to be on the cover too.
And you have Sloan in there too, right?
What?
Isn't Sloan?
Yes, Sloan is in this one. This is also Admiral Sloan. Well,
by the way,
and like
if that's Huck's dad that they just cast in Ahsoka, or if it's Rex, the Admiral Rex, they got a link to somebody else that's in this book. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, it's a double first appearance of
and
somebody that could be potentially important and somebody that is important. So,
yeah, $35 to $40. You can see those are all February 8th. So this was right before the news. I think the news hit on the 9th or the 10th about Rupert Friend. So 15 copies sold, and then after the news, since Wednesday, basically, we've had 33 copies of this sell.
That's insane, Wayseeker.
And it's still kind of 30 to 50. The price hasn't jumped a lot. It's still right in the same kind of range.
Sounds like a lot of people have HR4, I guess. I don't like. We'll go over the list. We're going to tell you what the first appearance are. You can look it back. We've been doing the whole thing for a long time. I get people are late to the HR stuff, to the High Republic stuff. We've been champions of all those series for a very long time. We are not the rule makers, but we've been doing this for a very, very long time. And you can tell that we don't.
Actually, if you go watch
go
watch our High Republic video, and I give you my opinion on Vernestra's first appearance pretty clearly.
Rose too. And
I give you the panels.
And by the way, somebody went and wiped out all of Adventures 2 from IDW. And then all of a sudden they found out there's tons of ones left. So now watch, because they just bought out all the RIs from, this is how it works behind the scenes. Seriously. Somebody just went like a month ago and bought out all the RIs for one. You watch how something's going to, whatever you guys watch, the Bingers or the Bangers or the Tommy Kimmick comics or whatever, they're going to tell you that now Martian Rose, #1 Jimmy Comic Timmy, I'm going to tell you that. Now Binger Bomber is going to go off, and they're going to try to say that's the first appearance for Martian Rose, where it's by far a half of a cameo at best.
Just know what you're buying. That's all. You can make your decision however you want to spend your own money, but we're just going to tell you what's in there, and
you should have them anyways. I mean, that's what I'm just saying. You should have bought one. If you can pick up one right now, dirt cheap for $1, go buy it, because you know what they're going to do. That's what we're telling you.
Tons of them too. There's tons of them.
We know they're going to hit a Binger banger here. We know they're going to go after one. If you want one, go buy it right now, because they're going to do the same thing they do with this one, where it's like, this is the book, and now you got a guy on a cover, and it's worth more. So, Jimmy Comic Timmy is my favorite show. I know somebody sent me something from a Jimmy Comic Tommy or Timmy about whatever, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. Ask these guys. I was watching about why. I mean, what I watch for my videos. If I showed you my YouTube thing, it's the most boring stuff. I watched how one man.
I don't watch now, but I watched when he was doing the CBSI Hot 10, because it was the CBSI Hot 10, and I write for CBSI. But other than that,
Comic Tommy Jimmy.
Yeah, they did it for a while, but they did it. Well, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but
I don't know who. I made up people Timmy and Jimmy, so I was trying to be vague.
Yeah, there was a whole thing about that.
I didn't Jimmy's comic show. Jesus Christ! Everybody.
Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back now. Let's go back to.
Exactly. Well, he's making a good point. That's what we're saying.
Inquisitor. Let's go back before Cad Bane. Let's go back to Black K.
Oh, Black K.
I only picked a couple because we can't do all of them. We picked a lot of Black K books. I'm not doing all of them. But I like the Hastings one. So
you do? I don't know why. I just don't like it, and it's fine. I don't have to like it.
It's kind of cool.
I like that.
I like the art too.
It's good as a set.
Yeah.
It says last month, but realistically, this was like data we did like early January. Like this is nearly like 2 months ago. But this was $85 basically raw at the time. None have sold this past week.
Really?
None. But if we go back to the week before,
we
do have some sales, and it's like down to like 50, 60, 66. Right. So
yeah,
it's taking a little bit of a hit.
Okay. Took a little
February 6th and 5th are these sales here. And like those are the last sales. Like so nothing happened really.
Hopefully he takes the $66 and gets better carpet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get a nice little shag going there that gets gonna
Yeah, I mean, maybe something a little bit more high traffic. Maybe it doesn't show the dirt stains on the left side. All right,
I take a picture on the hardwood.
I take
a picture wherever I'm at the time.
I take a picture wherever I can get lighting that doesn't leave a gigantic glare.
You do it on the back. Your door panel's white, so you do it on the white door panel because you're supposed to always do it on a white background. So if you just put the book at the bottom,
I'm not talking about selling. I was just talking about like IG posts. Like, hey,
no, IG, I'm the worst at it. Have you seen my IG account? It's hilarious. All right, up next.
Anyway, we have the action figure cover that everybody loved. This cover. Remember when Black Hay came out? Everybody.
Dr. Afro #1.
Yes, yeah, Afro #1, the Black Hay action figure. Again, it's not really last month, but at the time, $65 to $90 raw. Bunch sold. Once again, all of these Black Hay books, or the 3 that I picked, none have sold this last week.
That's crazy. Because that's not.
Nothing is
that's
sold.
a #1 issue, though. You'd think there'd be a lot more out there.
It's
selling.
weird. But
you had to buy 200,000% of the first book to not qualify for another 300% of this book to make it extra specially rare when it wasn't rare at all.
But go back before Wednesday. Again, I'm only really pushing to Wednesdays. These are all February 8th. Up to February 8th, it was still selling
really good.
$80.
Yeah. Nice.
So under
yeah, 19 bits.
Still a little dip, but
yeah. No, still good though. These things are gonna be good.
What I'm learning is that everybody's memory got wiped when Cad Bane showed up.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Black Hay was a thing, and everybody just forgot.
That or everybody
just
just
those
books. Not Cad Bane. Black Hay's going to die in the finale.
It was
all bet on it. Like,
he almost did, though.
He almost did.
All right.
Final
book that we bought for $30 and gave to somebody. So I hope this holds value. I'll be right back. Let me know what the story is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did buy this to do a giveaway because we found it in a place where it was cheap at the time. When we were talking about this book at the time, this was $100 to $140, like easy. These are January sale prices, so it's like mid-January, $100 to $150 or whatever. Once again, no copies have sold this week for whatever reason. Since Wednesday, nothing sold.
Wow.
But we go back to the week before, February 3rd, February 6th, these 2 sales, it's still selling for $130. So the price has not dropped on this. This has not come down. It's kind of there now. It's over ratio.
Yeah, people are probably just holding on to these books now.
Yeah, well, I just don't think a lot of people also just don't want to shell out the money now because it's not, the FOMO is gone. Like
exactly.
The FOMO, I don't have to buy it right this second. Let me wait and maybe I can get one later.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where we're at. I know Marco wanted to know where it was at, but we're not going to wait for him to come back to rehash what we just said. It's still a good book. I mean, this still was not an easy book to find. I mean, I still don't see this out there like a lot. But there it is.
All right, do we give him a sticker or he's got a winner?
No, it's still there. Like this, none sold this week. You go to last week, 2 copies sold on the 3rd and the 6th for $130. So the value.
We didn't give away a $30 book. We gave him a $130 book. Good. Yeah.
The volume is just down, but the value is still there.
I'm glad to keep it. Oh, that one. He's keeping it in his PC. Great.
Yeah. These aren't our opinions. Like this is, again, I'm giving you information. And the market decides where these things are going.
One of them was our opinion that book was going to go up in price, and we bought it really cheap and gave it away. So,
well, even when we bought it, it was already kind of there.
Yeah,
we did kind of get it under, which I probably should have kept it for myself. So
I'll send you a copy if you really want.
That all said, there was our market update for you guys. Let the market decide.
We will remove those books, but as my man Wayseeker said, make sure you're picking up High Republic 4 if you need them, because he's true. And same thing with the Adventures, Star Wars.
We'll keep one though.
Huh?
We'll keep the one. We have to follow up on the Inquisitor. We got to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll follow up on the Inquisitor.
But other than that, the Cad Bane, I think, of the Black Hay.
To D. Jones's point, that scene reminded me of a rugby game or something.
The pylon.
Pylon for no reason. Just like are you playing rugby? What's going on?
Well, they had the
next FOMO is going to be Dr. Afra.
I don't know.
Even more.
Well, we got to get her before we can get that.
Yeah, I think they're going to forget about it when it goes into Obi-Wan.
You don't think people are going to get the FOMO for Sabine Wren, who's apparently been cast, like that kind of thing? Like people we for sure know are coming over.
They're going to give you the Supreme Run. Yeah. So those are probably, if you're watching shows, those are probably books they should have been talking about. I don't know what they were telling you is going to show up, but whatever. All right, what do we have? Oh, are we doing our review? Let's do our review. What else do we have besides review? We've got some cards, good stuff. We're still going live. 119. Hey, please give us a thumbs up if you guys, even if you guys think our content is mediocre at best, because we won't see your thumbs down, so you might as well give us a thumbs up.
I'll see.
Don't think they want to do that because they want to see you cry, Pete. All right.
I don't cry.
Yeah,
all I ask for is if you give a thumbs down, just tell me why. Make a comment. So if you don't like it, tell me why. Maybe I can help you. Maybe we can fix it.
No, you don't like Dom's Funko Pops.
Then I'll say, Dom, some dude doesn't like your Funko Pops. He gave us a thumbs down. That would be beneficial. That would be helpful.
Can we post all of our IG usernames? Rodney, do you mind if what is our ID?
Mine's there.
This is double J.
We have some of ours. We don't have double J's.
Well, double J's.
Mine's my name.
Yeah, JJ's got his in his.
And Dom Tober is Dom Tober, old man.
I don't put IG because I'm not on anything else. So.
No, all mine is IG. That's me and IG.
There's Marcos. It's
the Tales of the
Dark Side podcast with a little underscore. And then mine's easy too. It's the name of the channel. Like the name of the channel is mine. So
I gotta probably redo mine somehow. I just don't know how those things work. So
it's easy to update it because I updated mine from something else.
Okay. Next up, you can see if you watch mine, you can see great pictures of buckets of blood and skibbies. And
I put some fun stuff out there.
Yeah, it's funny.
You can see the one comic I remember to post a week on mine.
Oh yeah, our championship. By the way, whoever called in on our championship shirt, shame on you. I mean, I know everybody was jealous of our victory, mine and Eric's, but
I think it was probably my fault because I think I probably put FET somewhere in there because that's what it was for, and I wasn't thinking. Like I didn't put it as a tag, but I put it probably somewhere that they were able to scoop it up.
All right, next.
Very clear.
Next up, we got some HR stuff. And by the way, we have had a lot of requests for High Republic. So we really are going to, over the next couple of weeks, dig deep into it and give you like the full overload. Like I said, we've been kind of giving you spotty stuff here or there. We've given you the rundowns, the halves. Every time there's a portion of the phase we figure is important, we've given you the backup to it. But we're going to go through the whole shenanigans, the whole rundown next week and probably the week following. But here we go with Star Wars High Cut Off the Thing, Midnight Horizon. The author is JJ. This is all you.
Yeah. Daniel Jose Older is the author. Came out not too long ago. This is compared to our other reviews that usually happen a month later. This is actually just a couple weeks, so February 1st. Published by Lucasfilm Press. Oddly, okay. So Marco, you read the book. Confirm this morning. 496 pages.
Yeah, it was.
So it was longer than Fallen Star.
Yeah, that's where I was off on the timeline. Took that picture and then was like, I'll finish it up. Like,
so none of that was images or anything. It was all just pure pages.
Yeah, but they did something weird in it, and Wayseeker kind of brought this up too. They did this thing which I really hate, and he does apparently also. They give you this. It's 3 pages, but really it's 3 paragraphs, and they take 2.5 pages and give you a chapter like that, and it wastes a whole. It pretty much wastes a whole page, and it stops the action. And I kind of asked you how that was playing out, and you said it played out fine in, fine in the audio.
Well, I mean, when I got to the end, yeah, we'll get into a little more in the review. But when I got to the end,
we blocked the wrong person. Somebody blocked somebody who's not.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out.
Sorry, dude. Hey, we're unblocking you, Klein. Sorry, my man. We'll get you unblocked somehow.
But,
go ahead.
Yeah, it was just tough to figure out. I mean, if the length in the audiobook was about the same, but the narrator, which is Todd Haberkorn, which people unfamiliar with Todd Haberkorn is actually a pretty famous voice actor in anime and a whole bunch of other stuff. And he's done, I don't know, hundreds probably of voice acting credits to his name. So it's kind of odd to hear him do a Star Wars book. So I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can message him sometime or something and figure out why he decided to do Star Wars book. But yeah, it came out to about the same as the adult novel, which I thought was weird, but the page count is much higher. And when I think about it in the end, I kind of felt like in this novel, like you probably could have chopped off 100 or 120 pages
easily
and been okay. Because there was some meandering, I guess you could call it, kind of there. Like it's a really interesting book in that, like, at first I didn't know how to feel about it, and I kind of held my reservations about it because it kind of gets to this point, and I couldn't see where it was connecting really to the rest of the High Republic stuff until about the last maybe 15 chapters, and I was like, "Oh, this really connects to the other stuff."
So
more
there
than
was
I actually thought.
So I didn't have a problem going. The only problem I had with the beginning was every time it looked like they were starting to take the narrative in a place that was like picking up the pace, they would stop and do the relationship flashbacks, which I'm done with them adding relationships into every story. Everybody doesn't have to look at 1,000 people. And I'm not just talking about the relationship with what's their name?
Cantum, is that who you're thinking of?
Yeah, I'm not even saying that relationship. I'm even saying like the Lula relationship. There's a point where like we had to stop the action in the middle where Reith ran into Crash.
Well,
and Reith, like see, I don't need it every single time.
I didn't have such a problem with it because like to me the Lula Zine relationship.
Ronnie and Jeremy, real quickly, we're trying to get you unblocked. Pete's working on it right now. Sorry about that. Go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say the relationship between Zine and Lula was kind of established in the comics, and I want to stress this because even Jedi asked me this question as he was reading it too. The best way to approach this book is to make sure you read the High Republic Adventures comic series.
Absolutely,
like all the way up to probably issue 12.
Absolutely,
because all these characters, well, not all these characters, but 95% of these characters probably are in that comic book. From the villains and the Jedi and everybody else. So, and it connects to that a lot. So if you haven't read that and you want to read this book, I would suggest probably reading the comics first.
Yeah, that was really good. The you got him. You got it fixed, Star. Thank you. Anyways, that was really good. The problem I had too, though, is this, and it's a literary thing. And I asked you this question, and a Wayseeker, I haven't really asked him, and I don't want people's social opinions real quickly. Social opinion will get you timed out real quickly on this. I'm just talking about literarily, like the writing style. When they did those split pages and they did multiple characters in the same thing when they were talking interpersonal identifiers for a non-binary character, it was very difficult to understand if they were using the plural pronoun for multiple characters or the non-binary identifier. It was, I don't know what they have to do. I don't know the solution to that. Maybe use it as italics or bold or in a different font. But there was parts where I was reading it and going, this makes no sense because you just told me they are with Comac, and then in the very next, they use they, them, they, their, them in one sentence multiple times in 3 paragraphs. And they were using both the non-binary identifier and the pronoun.
I think for the group. I got you. Be confused.
I think it was a little bit easier in the audiobook version, maybe because the narrator throws his voice a little bit between characters.
That could help, yes.
So that kind of helped me keep the fact that it was Cantum's character and not Comac's character when they were both in a scene together.
A bad idea, to be fair.
Yeah.
But also too, yeah. I felt...
I don't know how you approach that, really. There's probably a more... I'm going to let the publisher probably worry about that issue or anything else. No. To me, it affected it less on the audiobook, though, I think, because of the narration. The narration actually helped in that regard.
Like, if those chapters took away from the pacing of the book, right? That portion in the portion.
Well, are you talking about the flashback chapters?
Yeah, the flashback chapters. I always think relationship.
Are you talking about Cantum's? So Cantum's origin with Yoda, his training with Yoda. Is that what you're talking about? Or you?
Yes. Okay. I thought that those took away. I thought that took away from the pacing of the book in itself because they would add. It does both. I understand that, but when you're reading it, it also to take away from the pacing of the book, then how it was worded, that even slowed it down because to get the true feeling of what was going on. Remember, they're telling you a story. So when I read, I imagine what's going on. I don't know if everybody does that, but I imagine the site. And then when they do that, you have to read it back because nothing makes sense going through. Furthermore, I really liked the one part I did like was the Lulu portion of the Cantums. Kind of like what he's saying right here. I really did like Cantum's portion with Lulu, and even when he showed up and talked to the master at the end. But like, I found it very, as kids say it now, or younger lads and younger women, it was very cringe how you wrote a character who stalked, because that's what he did. He stalked a circus performer for 3 chapters. It was stalking. I mean, that's legit.
Wow.
And then you wrote later how another character stalked a circus
performer.
It was stalking. It was creepy, bro. I might not have played. It might have played different audio wise, but reading it,
I think you read relationships weird in
relationships are weird. I wonder what,
somehow you read into it a
Everybody's
little
hiding
bit
in a
more
bush
than,
with a long telephoto lens.
Time out. It's not,
I mean,
hey,
I'll put it
Grace,
this way.
this is why I like Scott and Grace, because they are what's her name? Because they write perfect relationships. It's very interesting. You're not stalking people. You're not being creepy and following them around. You're not like every person you see. You're not like obsessing over in the middle of a battle. In the middle of a battle, you're telling me you're stopping while fights are going all around of you. You take one breath and you go, "Oh, I wonder how the character's doing. They're really hot." Bullshit. Bullshit. You don't
do that every day.
See, to be fair, I didn't think that was. And now, wait. Now, in this novel, wait.
He did it
Wait. In this novel,
yes,
I think he handled the battle scenes and stuff way better than we've seen in some of the other.
Character screen up for this? Would you rather have this up?
Yeah, you pull the characters up, sure.
It was very creepy.
But yeah, so he handled, I think, the battle scenes really well. He didn't do a lot of the relation stuff, especially in the last chapters, the large battle. I didn't catch that really. Where the relation stuff was. There was a little bit of Cantum's origin, but that was a good part of Cantum's origin. When you got to the fact that he was.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to hit it before I forget, but go ahead.
You said you got to the part where he met Lula and stuff. That was about the end of that, but
you didn't have the
I
part.
don't know. I look at it this way: the book came out a little bit like a CW teen drama sometimes, as far as the relationships go. But
yeah, so zines, there's stuff blowing up around Zine. The Nile are there. They're all in the like we're at our last stand, and Zine's deciding, oh, I think I should think about how Lula's doing, and I hope she's still alive, and I should make a hollow and just tell her I love her, and because I really miss the relationship we had, and maybe I'm gonna start crying, and like there's people dying next to her in the middle of war, and she's like, yo, dude, that's cool, bro, but I really got a relationship I need to deal with. No. He did the same thing with Cantum. Cantum had a flashback of something. He did the same thing with Crash. And the same thing with Wreath. Wreath, by the way, who at one point, Wreath now has found a...
Wreath didn't have a flashback, did he?
No. I'm talking about the relationship thing. Wreath now has pined... He actually even had a flashback in his book of pining over the Nihil person. Why did you even have to bring that up? It was not... The relationship stuff
It came up in his mind. He was thinking
why wouldn't you bring that up?
He was
talking about a character. Why wouldn't you bring it up?
Bro!
Yeah, he got shot at in that book, too. With that character, by that character,
with that character, man. Last time he got shut up like this.
Maybe audio's different, but when you read
it's actually exactly what it was. It's called a callback. It was that character reminding him of another character.
Yeah,
how he felt. That was what it was.
No, when he remembered that was when he saw Crash. For some reason, he saw Crash and then reminded him that at one point he was pining over another girl. Oh, by the way, he had been pining for somebody else too. No, who thinks like that?
Yeah.
It's not a normal thought process, and it takes away. Battle seasons were good, yeah. Other than to start with Crix,
yeah. That was one of my points. That was one of my points. I didn't like how the novel handled Crix. It just kind of left it there, and I expected there was some drama there, but when I think of that, I think an Obi-Wan Darth Vader face down when I think of Zine and Crix finally facing each other again or something like that. I don't know. That didn't seem to happen so much. It was just hey.
Do we have Crix on the slide?
Yeah. So Crix is a Nihil.
So these were the Nihil that showed up.
Yeah,
Go back to the other pages.
Yeah.
I think he just used that as a vehicle, though, to play on the Lula and Zine relationship that didn't need to be played upon. But whatever. I mean, that was just me. Maybe that's
why
how
wouldn't it be played upon? They're two characters in a book. Why wouldn't you have them in a relationship?
Why
So you
would
just
you
want you want a book with nobody in any relationships.
No, not true. Not
Is
true.
that
What? No, not true. But like you telling me the zine part where like all of a sudden Zine's in a ship, right? Zine's in a ship, and we've already had our separation between Lula and Zine, right? We've already had the Crick situation. We've already had that. She's now coming down to be on a planet to meet up with everybody else. Where all hell's breaking loose and there's Nihil, right? And she's going to come down because she's going to be this actress singer for Crash. And they already somehow know it because they took pictures. And then the next time we see Zine isn't like, okay, cool, I got to get there. I got to do this. No, Zine, her next period is, oh, I don't know if I should have left because I really have feelings for Lula, and like slowed down everything that was going with Crash, which was, I thought was great. That whole like, oh, there's the action part. Oh, this other guy's taking over. By the way, who was a true bad guy there? Because they had the people like, they had all the senators and stuff going on. It was really written well.
Yeah, they played that well.
History was really great. And they slowed it down because now Zine, instead of rushing to the planet and getting dressed up as a star and being in the background and all that plan, it was, I left my girlfriend back there. I should have told her that I had feelings for her.
I love trying to pick up the context because again, guys, to complete transparent. I didn't read or listen to this book yet, but hearing your guys' explanation, I'm like, wait, I think it was a receptionist because I see the picture. I feel like she's working the reception desk.
No, she's always calling people on her mic. I thought they did a great job with Crash. I think Wayseeker read the book, so I think this is something with reading the book. I think if you read the book, you get a certain context that's different than if that's way different than if you listen to it. I unfortunately think that's the way. So, all right, but let's go over some of the characters. Reed.
Yeah. Well, we kind of already did.
Hey, thanks, Ruben, for fixing that. Yeah, we somehow.
Do you want me to draw lines on here so I can show you which character is in a relationship with which character and just get that out of the way?
I'd rather
you want to do like a Madden, like we'll draw on the screen.
So Reed had a big portion in this book. So did Ram. Actually, so did Ram. So did Crash.
There's Reed.
So did Comac.
Ram is the inventor of the word wizard, by the way.
Yeah, but you guys said he was going to use it.
I have not read this book.
They really got rid of it after that.
Goggles. We got to blame Goggles for the.
They did say light and life way too much. They need to. All those writers, they couldn't have come up with a better call than light and life.
Well, they've been doing that since the first novel.
I know. They're so proud of it.
Light and life thing.
So but out of these characters, so everybody's alive except for well, we don't know. Court might be dead, and so might be Fresnel. They just mention them though. They don't actually show up in the book.
Well, Farzala at the end is presumed dead.
Court,
and Comac leaves the Jedi Order.
Yeah, Comac becomes one of the Lost 20.
Wait, who's with who? Let's see if I can put this in here. See if this works.
Who's with who?
Yeah, relationship wise.
Who's in a relationship with who?
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
Oh, the only people that are really in relationships.
So you draw a line from Lula to Zine.
Yeah, because
that's it for this page.
We thought Crash was really hot, but then never said anything to her. So like that was the end of that.
Yeah.
I loved what they did with Crash. Like that was kind of cool. Yeah.
In a relationship with somebody not pictured here.
I really thought what he did with Crash and Crash's group was really great. It was really cool. You know, that was in that book we were talking about, the one that has the first appearance of
what's his John Madden. What else we got?
With JJ, what was she in? She was the side story for the annual. So her and her crew show up in the annual. Crash and her crew show up in the annual. That's actually where it's from. And I think they did a really great job about that. And I think there's more story to Crash.
So who was Crash?
Crash, what? Are you not paying attention? Stop drawing pictures.
Having fun.
No, well, Lula? That's her name?
Lula? Run a eye.
Her eyes look nice.
I right 94 split.
Well, Lula's gonna leave. I think Lula's gonna leave the order too, don't you think, JJ? Because she's
presumed dead at the end too. Her and Farzala, and I don't know if they say Court's alive, but her and Farzala were presumed dead at the end of the book.
Court's not. Court might not be alive
because they were headed back to.
Yeah, they're headed back into the Nameless.
No, Court's alive.
Huh? So who are we not sure is
alive?
alive?
Bucket of Blood ran into the Nameless.
Lula and Farzala.
And it says in the book that he might not be. I mean, I think he's still alive, but no, Court is also questionable too. She said it too. She put
he was alive at the end.
No. They didn't say he was alive. She said, I can't completely feel the loss of Court or Frinzala yet, or Lulu for that matter.
It's kind of fun.
Oh no, the higher. I will
Comac
comment
leaves the
table.
order. You can put an X on
Look,
that.
I thought it was good when we read it.
It's getting rid of.
It's still got some
Comac.
of my favorite characters in it. Wayseeker.
Oh, Comac.
It's very cheap. It's the first appearance of the chef, which is great. Which is Eagle, and Eagle's going to have their individual series. He's not dead. He's just out of the order. He's a lost 20. Which now we know like 6 of the lost 20.
I didn't say he was
That up.
dead.
We'll hit that up later.
He's dead to me because he's not a Jedi anymore. No, I'm just joking.
But yeah, it also has Crash, and it has the Crash story with all the extra characters that came out of Crash. We'll break that down a little bit more next week too. All the characters came out with that. But I really like.
Let's put it this
I
way.
thought did you think this is the best?
Forget the relationships and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to ask you, who do you think had the best character arc in this thing?
So the 3 people that I think had the best character arc. Comac was just too hard to understand. Like, I get it, like his friend died and whatever, but I thought Reef, obviously, he's still one of my faves. I actually thought this was the best way they wrote Ram. Ram can really get very annoying and childish.
Yeah, but he came up with the term wizard. That's kind of a strike against.
Yeah.
Wizard.
Well, he's the youngest Padawan out of this group of people.
And he's also like, it was really
he
funny.
is young.
I think we all know a Ram. Like, we all grew up in high school or grade school and high school with a Ram. You know, I volunteer at a school like a couple times a week or once a week, and there's a Ram there.
He's the tech nerd in the robotics club.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be a tech guy or whatever. But there's but there's always a guy. He doesn't get the jokes.
Well, I'm
really,
saying
but,
the story, though. He's the guy that's in the robotics club. That's a big nerd.
We all know a Ram. We all know him.
Okay.
And
Okay.
You know, he's kind of nice. So you just got to give him the wizard joke for what it is. And then Crash. I hope we see more Crash because I think they did a great job.
Until JJ agrees or disagrees with you.
Ram? What'd you think of Ram?
No, I actually agree for the most part.
No, I mean with the last one, with Crash. I didn't want to put the final star.
Oh, I thought Crash was really good. Yeah, they didn't do
Crash
enough
was a good character.
Yeah, Comac, they didn't do
the problem with Crash is I feel like Crash's story didn't really have a payoff.
Every
she got to avenge her friend, but like I felt like most of her interaction, at least with the Jedi, didn't really have a payoff to the end. But it worked out well.
Yeah, we all know
because a lot of the action revolves around her.
Crash,
as far as the battle scenes. And
I like it that the mom didn't actually betray her. Like, it was kind of mystery. You were like, man, and then when the worms got her, I was like, oh man, they
for once
her.
There's an actual good parent in a High Republic book that's not like trying to get their children killed or something.
Her mom's like actually.
I feel like that's half the High Republic book.
Speaking of
like it's actually good.
That's what I'm saying. There's no emotional attachment, but they did Rom Springer. Apparently now Rom Springer with a Jedi. You could just do Ron Springer whenever you want.
Yeah,
you could do
Quantum Psi, who's a master at this point. That his backstory isn't here, and he did leave the Order and return to the Order.
Wow. Same thing, but
Yoda allowed it.
Yeah, he did a Rom Springer. Yeah. Next page.
We have the I think the bad guys and then some secret guys I think will pop up if
I know, but they didn't do much of Court in the actual book. They just mentioned him. They didn't talk. He wasn't part of the book really.
Yeah, he wasn't the scene to capture Crix. That was about it.
No, he's the guy.
Like I said, I think they
tell a joke and you can tell it's not funny, but it's like a kid's joke and it's kind of cool. So, whatever. Anyways,
who Ram?
Ram. Yeah, Ram. No More Tarlin. I thought that was really cool how they did that. I thought that was really cool how they did the No More Tarlin part of it. That really sucks, and she is what the Nihil should. I mean, right? And
so there was a deal. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a deal where Normar and Zabata or whatever were teamed up to basically betray Crix, right?
Yes.
Am I the only one to call that? Yeah. So
in the comics.
So Crix was I don't know what his rank is, Cloud or whatever they rank it in the Nihil. The leader of the cell, so to speak.
Was like little golden boy though.
Yeah. But Zabata Krill is one of the people that we saw in the comics too. She was the one that attacked the temple, one of the sisters.
Okay.
She got
we saw her in what was that? That wasn't the annual, was it? What was that?
It was in Adventures
8. I think High Republic Adventures 8.
Adventures and then she came back again in the last one. They've had her come back. She's the one where in the comics you see her set up Crix to get caught by the Jedi, and when that happens, it actually is in this novel too. It crosses over during that time period where Lulu blows it up, and right where he's at the tanks and about to shoot the gas, that's where it kind of picks up for there. So, and he gets taken prisoner. She, on the other hand, ends up with Nomar, gets a ton of Nihil onto the planet of Corellia, and they're in what? How do you pronounce the city? Cornet City.
Coronet
City, which is where you see that in the adventure book, and the whole thing from the start to go was pretty good because Crash was supposed to protect Nomar, then he was supposed to have died. He didn't die. They used the worm. They used a lot of stuff. Like you run into who's the worm that was in the Solo story?
The worm?
Lady Proxima.
Oh,
Lady Proxima shows up as a younger worm in this book. They explain that whole relationship of how that they work under the water and everything like that. And then Yoda comes back. I can't believe. Yeah, drink. There was a Russian bot. Wayseeker, you didn't like the way Yoda came back. I would thought they were going to run it again and not have Yoda come back. Like it was going to be like, oh yeah, where is Yoda? Because they've been mentioning it so much. And he came back with somebody in a hood, right, JJ?
Yeah, that was weird. That's weird at the end. I assume that'll hopefully pay off like before phase 3, but
this person here with the question marks is
at the end he's there with a hooded guy who sings a song or something.
Oh, not a song. It's the nursery rhyme that the Jedi nurse lady, and we just reviewed with the Nameless.
Oh, yeah.
The nursery rhyme about the Nameless. It's somebody keeps singing that song about the Nameless.
But are you guys worried hooded guy is one of these?
No, because he's with Yoda. I doubt it.
No, I don't think it's
pretty good at. Well,
no. I mean, it could have been Darth Krill that turned back to whatever, but I doubt it. It's
Darth Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. I think it's.
They didn't seem like he was a prisoner.
No, and they said that there was a Jedi in the comic book. Uttersound said he got the parchment from a Jedi, and on that parchment had information about the Nameless, and it had that little nursery rhyme on about how it turns back to dust. So it could have been.
He's got to be. The mystery person has got to be why Yoda was gone for so long, right? I would think
he had to find him. Yeah.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
I like the hooded mystery, but the fact Yoda was gone.
Yeah.
It didn't communicate.
I mean, I kind of agree with him in that it was a little bit weird that Yoda just kind of popped out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I'm back. Like that's literally how it kind of shows up. But so that was kind of underwhelming. It wasn't like the Return of the King or anything.
I think they're gonna say something, but there was all types of communication like issues. Pete, we get it. You can write on stuff. Chocolate. But
he's loving this illustration.
Yeah, I know. There's all types of communication issues when the Nihil were taking down communication ports and everything like that. So I'm not sure. Oh, well, you're gonna get us demonetized. And he didn't even do it right. He can't erase
anything.
Anyways,
it was easier to write than if I had the ES. It would have
said, "I'm back." Which I don't.
All right, what's next? What's our next slide?
It was clearly W.
A little bit more next week, as I said. What's
Sorry,
next?
I didn't read it, so I can't be as engaged.
Next slide is just what's coming up next.
Okay,
as far as material goes.
Wait,
I hope I put it on there. Okay, I did. Good. So coming up next, later this month, you got the Edge of Balance Volume 2 coming out, which actually, looking like the preview that they had on the website, it will actually directly tie into a couple events here from this book. And then High Republic Adventures 13, which will be the final issue of IDW.
And the final time
and
holders,
then
right?
You have, Will's got the graphic novel, but yeah. And
man.
High Republic 15, which is 15 the last one before they go on hiatus?
Yeah, till October.
Does that break it out trade paperback wise?
Do what now?
5 was it like chunks of 5 trade paperbacks? Probably.
Yeah, I think so. So I think 15, which comes out March 2nd, is the last issue before they go on hiatus till October, and then Eye of the Storm 2, which was interesting when they had the High Republic show, which is kind of like the podcast thing they do for the official thing. I think it was a Lucasfilm VP on there said that Eye of the Storm 2 should be the last thing you read for phase 1.
Ooh.
I don't know,
Which
but that comes out March 2nd.
Which also,
though, right?
yeah. Which we'll break that down. And we'll break down what the VP of Lucasfilm said next week because I think we can dissect some of the stuff he said and maybe speculate kind of on what he was winking and nodding at or dropping T, as they say.
Mhm.
What the hell is dropping T? Anyways,
Dropping testosterone.
is that it? Is that all you got?
That's all we got.
So
That's it.
overall, in the last 2 months, we've read 3 different novels. We've read the Gray novel, which we both thought was pretty good. We read the Ireland novel, which obviously is not. I thought she did good on it, but still not my writing style. And then this novel. This novel, I'll have to say, I was kind of blown away. Maybe it's because I wanted it to be good, but the expectations of what I kind of knew of him as a writer before was like junior novel, which we saw some of it in there, but like. I wasn't expecting it to be as good with the action and mystery as it was. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And even though it was like almost 500 pages, it did read. You're right. The Wayseeker was right. You could have cut out 200 pages. I don't know if that's true. You could have cut out all those little snippet, but I hate that.
You could have got some.
I hate that in books, right? I hate when you don't do full chapters, when you give us a 3-page, just 3-paragraph and only really 2.5-page chapter. But all in all,
a little bridge of some kind.
yeah, I thought it was a great book. I just think it had a pacing issue at certain points. But the back half of the book, after the first 120 pages, even like the relationship thing made sense because it was like, okay, he did like Yoda let somebody step away and do Raumspringer and then come back. And like the Lola thing was, it really was. No, it really is. So, and then like it picked up and all that made sense. It was kind of cool. And that was
it was good. I thought it was good overall. I thought it was very good. Like I said, it was a little bit weird read for me because I was after about the first half of it, I was ready to say this is like the worst High Republic book I've read.
Oh, that was kind
but
of
it wasn't. But the second half of it really brought it home, and I was like, this is actually one of the better High Republic books I read. So
it really tied the room together.
Yeah, it really tied the room together, man.
It ended some storylines that you hope they're finally going to get to the point to. And at the same time, it gave you a pathway to what's coming next. And like I said, next week, we'll talk a little bit more about our theories on that. But if it's going to deliver on what we think it is, I'm excited at the end of this book. Yes, they did give us that ship, that Pergola drill ship thing.
Yeah,
with
the
Ram
does show up again.
So cool, man. What was that? What'd you say, JJ?
I said he's talking about the Halcyon's class. I was like, yeah, that Halcyon shows up again. Big shot.
That thing shows up. Yeah,
I think they're gonna put that thing in every book until that hotel opens.
I just got somebody.
Being a Purgle class, it just shows me that like they clearly know about Purgles, but I don't know how close to it.
What was it? What was the starfighter that
they do kind of relate?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Was all nerded out about.
Yeah, the one that he ended up riding
long
through.
Beam, wasn't it?
No, he rode through a long beam with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the ship that he had with the spinning on the? I thought that thing was cool as shit. I hope we get to see more of that. Like the Force used it to drive because you couldn't. I thought that was really cool.
What were you saying?
A vector. Wasn't that a vector?
Dom, what were you saying?
No, I was about to say, somebody just texted me. It says it's great entertainment, laugh out loud. I wasn't a Star Wars fan. I started watching the show, and now Star Wars is crack. Laugh out loud.
Oh, cool. Thanks for that.
And
yeah, it's fun.
No, the name is
well, thank you.
Rodney Saunders.
Yeah, it's Rodney. He was in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the chat. He just said that he's not sure what book to read.
we blocked him mistakenly.
It depends. If you want to go with the High Republic,
what book should I read? These novels sound great. So
they are really. The one thing I gotta say is when they start redoing the novels, like sometimes back in the old Del Rey days, some of the novels were just like, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't like them, but they were just like vegetables, right?
They're just kind of pushing it out.
You had to read it. You just had to read it.
I mean,
but these, go ahead.
When it comes to the novels, as far as a reading recommendation, when it comes to novels, my recommendation is read them in the order they came out, which is going to be, and I would definitely read the adult novels, which the adult novels are typically longer ones, although not in this case. And then the young adult novels, which I think the young adult novels for High Republic have probably been maybe slightly better than at least the majority of the adult novels.
If you're talking about
now the other ones, the other ones are what you call middle grade novels, and they're actually for a younger reading level, like 5th to 8th grade. Unless you're a huge Star Wars nerd and really want to nerd out Star Wars stuff wise, you can probably skip those. unless you're really going to go deep dive.
Your Light of the Jedi to start.
You know what? In
So
2
Light
weeks,
of the Jedi
though-
would be the first.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Into the Dark would be the second.
Yeah,
Out of the Shadows, I think,
and
the
that's where you get
third.
like this is like the middle grade kind of thing.
Yeah, great.
And then this is
Yeah, but Claudia Gray writes.
Guys.
So Claudia Gray, out of the 5 writers that write, Claudia Gray, Scott, Older, Ireland. Who's the 5th one? I'm missing somebody. Whoever the
Charles
5th one is. Soul. Okay. I rank the writers in my favorite as Gray, Scott,
I like
Soul,
Scott.
then Older. Older's probably going to pass Soul here for me in a little bit. He comes out on another banger like this. He's taking over and making his way to Scott, to be honest with you. And then Ireland.
I got to talk to Scott once, so that's why he has a special place in my heart. Like I like that guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kevin Scott, he does. I didn't mention it earlier in the High Republic stuff, but for Phase 2 of High Republic, after they come back from the hiatus, he will take over writing the main Marvel run.
Yeah,
which will be Kevin Scott for High Republic. So.
Which he does right now. He does right now.
No, he doesn't. Soul does.
Oh, Soul does? Okay.
He writes the mainline Marvel run of High Republic.
Okay, yeah.
Soul
You're
does
right.
it now, I think. Scott will
he's
do
doing
it.
Scott's doing the other one. He's doing Row. All right. Yeah, Rodney. So that's the way. We'll come up later after we get done with High Republic. We'll also give probably a reading list of our favorite novels and which ones to go through on that too. Because I think when you start finding what writer you like in these, it's harder with High Republic because it's kind of like you have to digest them all. But like overall, you'll find like Scott, like I like Gray and Scott because you got Master and Apprentice and you've got Count Dooku, Lost Jedi.
Well, that's the thing. You're also pulling from older books. I think going in as a novice, as Ronnie would be, like he doesn't have the preconceived like expectations.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this stuff is new to everybody. So,
but I mean, hey, look, man, if Older's and there's nothing wrong with Ireland. If that's a style of writing you like, it's just not for me. Like that's unfortunate. That's not for me. But I think Older right now is like, I used to like Chuck Wingo when he did his stuff too, and he's gone. And I think they've been really looking for like a third. Well, no, because what's her name? EJ, she does good stuff too. The one who wrote Ahsoka Tano.
Well,
but
High Republic again is good because a lot of this canon is not yet written. So
that's if they would just stop saying light in life and come up with another tagline, I think they would really be killing it. Because light,
we are all the Republic, Marcus. We are all the Republic.
Oh, that too.
I know you want to jump ahead, but think about it. We're really how far are we into this? A little over
life and life.
1 year.
It sounds like a LARPer call.
I know, but they have to get through the generic stuff.
That thing's not going anywhere. If you've seen any of the interviews, that's their inside joke. They think that light in life is like that's like always a Coca-Cola. They think it's their jingle. They think it's
Life Day.
They do. No, they're so happy about light in life.
How far is that callback from?
I don't know. I just couldn't think about a jingle.
Always
yeah, I couldn't think about a jingle that was like good or that people would know. I mean, whatever it is, whatever the greatest line is of all time.
Don Draper to try to pull out.
Whatever. I put a shout out to my brother who's watching right now, and my nephew. They were just saying something online. My nephew's watching it. He's like, Dom, why aren't you talking in this whole conversation? I'm like,
they didn't read the novel.
Yeah.
And then my brother.
Yeah, Dom didn't stop me from talking.
No, my brother
didn't read it either.
Put something in this area right here. It's annoying him. So
geez,
I had to put something.
Tell them we say hi.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, that's enough for the novel review. Once again, we'll get more deeper into High Republic. We've had some requests to break it down
real quick. What do you rate it? What do you rate it out of 10?
It's tough because it is a tale of two stories. It does one of the things I hate the most, but it's really good writing. So 7.5-ish, 8, somewhere 7.5.
Yeah, that's about where I was at. I was at 7.5.
It's not as good as the first.
There's a couple bad things, but overall, it's very good. I thought.
Should I listen to this first or just keep catching up at my pace? Like, do I need to rush to?
No, you should get it before it ends. Before Eye of the Storm ends, you should get this. So over the next month and a half, I think you should cut through this book.
Well, I won't need that long. I got to start driving back into the office, so my commute, I can start listening again. So that's why I was asking. I was like,
I think you're over exaggerating how much really need to be cut. I would say it's a 65, like realistically reading wise, 65 pages, somewhere in that area.
Wait, 65 cut.
cut 65. He thinks
Cut
basically
5 out of the
200.
4, whatever it was.
Yeah, 500 pages.
It was very long for a young adult novel. I mean, it was kind of long because most of those young adult novels are closer to 400. So,
I keep forgetting it was a young adult novel too.
Yeah.
But,
Like the young adult novels are usually more like novellas, and they're big type.
Yeah.
And
Well, it seems like the young
it was
adult
a bit long
novels
for that.
you guys were enjoying the young adult novels better than the regular books.
it happens a lot in Star Wars. Some of the best books are the YA, not like
I did.
wasn't Ahsoka Tano? Wasn't that book a YA? It was. AJ did it.
Yes,
AJ
it
did
was.
Yeah, she did it. That's one of the best. That's one of. I mean, that's in the
Mhm.
top of the new novel. So we're talking 2015 of the new canon.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
probably.
We just need to do reading recommendations
Yeah, we'll do a reading recommendation.
for novels and stuff.
a little
Yeah,
reader
we can do
corner.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's it. That was our review of the book. I thought overall it was great. They kept it up. And Wayseeker, I hear what you're saying, but the end of that book, the last 3/4 of that book, I mean, it just was so good. Lost Stars is a YA, a brilliant book too. Lost Stars is a brilliant book. Who did Lost Stars? Was that Johnson or was that Gray?
Gray.
It was
Was it
Gray.
Claudia Gray.
Of course, because I love Gray.
Claudia Gray.
Of course. I give it an 8. Yeah, it did. The pacing is an issue. It peaked about a 9. I'll give you that. Yeah, 7.5, 8.
Mhm.
Cool. Good job, Sam.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. What do we have up
Mhm.
next, though? Stop giving
you
Dom a
got?
hard time, by the way.
Who's giving
By the way,
Dom a hard time?
I hear you might be coming to Motor City, so we're gonna your brother again. So that's who I'm talking to.
No, that's my other brother.
Oh,
This
your
is my
other
other one who lives here in
New York. All
Long
right.
Island with the kids,
I have the brother Daryl.
Not Geekstronomy.
not Geekstronomy.
Okay.
All right. By the way, I do have a com coming up in 2 weeks, and I still haven't promoted it yet, but we'll
Do we
talk
want
about
to
it
open cards or not open cards?
week out. All right.
We're at midnight. Do we want to
Okay.
do it?
Yeah. Are we doing cards? Or are we doing Pete? What do you have? What do you have left?
I don't have anything left. I'm
Oh, we have left some cards.
I think that's
What?
it.
Dom, do you have anything left?
I think that's all we got left.
Pick up
If we
some
want to do it.
You did the toys. You
Dom,
did the
let's
comics.
pick up.
the
All right.
Did
Get
you guys
cards
do
ready.
pickups?
Dom, let's do some pickups.
Hey,
We
we do the
can do-
cards.
We'll do
Go ahead,
pickups,
Dom.
and then we're gonna do cards. Yeah. Get cards set up. While we get cards set up.
I'm just,
Yeah, I need a minute here, anyways.
it's
another
officially
big one.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, Valentine's
It's
Day.
Valentine's Day, Mando.
Oh, I got a special episode on Valentine's Day for you guys on Renovision tomorrow.
Yeah, to Grogu love Mando. And I got this Mexican trade for first
Ooh,
couple issues of Bounty Hunters.
I kind of like that. I like. It's got like a card back.
Easy.
Yeah.
You weren't following me before. Easy.
And then I got these second printings. I wasn't able to get the other ones.
Oh.
They look the same as the first.
They're absolutely the same. You got to check the barcode.
Yeah. What's the difference? The barcode, right?
On the front, you can't tell. The barcode, you can get it.
Yeah, so I picked those up. And one last thing, this right here. I finally got this. Mando on the
Oh.
Banta.
Nice. Dude.
Interesting.
Other than that, not a big pickup week.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Sufficient.
Well, you're not alone with it not being a big pickup week, but here, while we figure out what we're doing here, I finally did get my JTCs as well. I got one of each. I got a first print. Oh wait, which one?
Yeah.
The first print and a second print. They put the yellow sticker on the second print that they gave me, but again, the only difference is I think the barcode ends because this is a War of the Bounty Hunters issue 4, so it's like 481 is the first print, which means it's issue 4, the 8th cover, first printing, and then by coincidence, the second print for this is actually 418, which means it's the issue 4 cover 1, but it's the 8th printing. So they're calling it the second printing of this cover, but it's really
418. I got it. Yeah, 418.
that's the 8th printing of this or whatever. I don't know. I
wanna
could
see
be wrong,
how-
but that's usually how the barcode number works. But
Hey, just real quickly, a little, and I'll rewrite it real quickly. But this message is for Martin Fairley, for Tommy Longbox, and of course for our man Lewis P. Put my IG up there again. You boys send me your addresses, and
Wait,
then
okay,
there's one more guy I'm going to add to it. Send me your addresses. Send me your addresses. If I'm going for once, I'm going to go for all three. We're not even going to spin the wheel. You guys won. So send me your addresses. I'll put a note down on their thing. We will send you out some of those mini comics. And then I know we had one of our Canadian brothers also submitted for it. Send me your address too. I'll figure out who you were because you did in the chat. Not like you weren't supposed to, but you did in the live chat. Instead of underneath, I'll still throw you something too. So.
And if Marcos is too complicated, if you reach out to me on IG, I will hand it off to Marco and he will get it to you.
I'm going to send you guys all packages.
Just send it to Renovision on IG. Send me a DM. I'll accept it.
What is that? Like 4 winners? 4 winners. If we get one more person to submit, maybe we'll get a 5th winner. Who knows? Maybe we'll play another game. But you guys are all going to get what I said last week on Wednesday. I know it's only been 3 days, but it'll probably take me another week.
Who cares? We love to share the wealth.
Who cares? I'm the one that's got to do it. I got to go.
Well, exactly. I don't care.
Get the extra money to ship it overseas at Canada. They shut the dang border down for 3 days, 4 days. The idiots.
Not for anything. Didn't we say something about Funko Pops? That it would get rid of some Funko Pops?
Oh, if you curse something, you did.
Well,
what did you curse?
Your boy won.
No, not my boy. I hope that guy falls down the staircase. We'll do it next week, Tom. We'll talk about it off there.
We'll do it. You know what? I can probably give away a Renovision t-shirt.
Are we ready? JJ, are we ready?
We're ready. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Cool.
Okay.
Real quick,
what are we opening?
I'll flash this real quick. This
Pete, do you have the screen?
I want to pick up for this week.
Do I have what? I have nothing.
I like that one. Yeah, the Imperial Cadet one. Okay.
1 in 25.
Wait, what are you asking if I have?
Hey, beautiful picture, by the way. Beautiful picture today. Look at Dom trying to get all the thumbs up. I know how he does it. Right? Let me put it in. He actually has he sent it in an email right while we were doing it. It's the break. Did you send us something for the break?
Yeah, there's a very brief 2-slide thing.
Oh, do you want? I can get it if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can if you want to.
I'll go grab it. Just give me a second.
Or I'll get it. I'm getting it right here.
Or if you can get it, you just get it. Because
pop all these out of the box right now.
Okay, I'm gonna load it in. Give me a second.
I was doing whatever I could to make sure my computer didn't shut down on me.
These
I know. Happened to me the last couple of weeks.
Unfortunately, this is a booster box.
Uh-oh.
So it is not a true hobby box of any sort. So our chances of getting a really awesome hit are pretty slim.
It's all right. Look at that.
Their 40th anniversary Star Wars cards. You get 6 in a pack, 10 packs in a booster box, and you get automatically a patch card also packed in it. So we'll go ahead and open up the patch card just for gigs.
Oh, you can get a Mark Hamill. This is 2017 Topps Star Wars 40th anniversary.
Yep. So this is the nice thing about this set is it's all prequel movies. Or not prequel, I'm sorry, all original trilogy movies. So there's our patch card, cool. Our Luke.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
So
where do you get one of these boxes, JJ?
So these I actually bought online because
not Zaggy.
But normally you would get them these are exclusive to Target with the patch cards. But the blaster boxes came anywhere. The difference was a retail blaster box would come with a medallion card instead of a patch card. So as you can see on the back. But I did buy these online just because it was a really good deal. So
what's about a real good deal? Roughly what's a real good deal?
This was basically retail. So I paid $20 a box, which is what you would have paid.
And they came out in 2017,
Target,
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Now what's in the autographs? Like in every
so yeah, you can get autographs.
They were paying. No, a month ago we opened up some cards. I think I can't remember what we did.
Oh no, I think he's talking about the Bounty Hunter set, which they've delayed. So there was a Bounty Hunters Star Wars set that was supposed to come out way back in August originally. They've delayed it month by month, and now it's delayed all the way till March 30th. So, but these cards are nice in the fact that they're cool. Basically redone. The images are redone versions of the original.
Yoda and the X-wing, nice.
Yeah. So,
did they make them clearer?
Yeah, I think they kind of enhanced them, and it kind of has that gloss to it.
Okay,
as you can probably see in there. Yeah.
All right.
But the images are basically enhanced images of the originals. So,
trash come back.
It's like cells, right? They look like
hey, March 30th. Jump drive or whatever the hell.
So here's our insert card, our parallel.
That's what they gave us for that.
The green.
Mm-hmm. So we're looking for, I believe, out of this set, a purple which is 1 in 100. We can't. The bad thing about buying a blaster box is it's different from a hobby box in that you can't get the original set, or sorry, the lowest numbered set. So we can't get. I think it was a red and I think gold maybe, which was like numbered
parallel?
10 and numbered 1. So those parallels you can't get. But one fun thing about this set is you get.
I like that. That's
They
cool.
re-release
cool.
art and posters from the original trilogy.
Like the Macquarie
Set.
stuff?
Macquarie.
Yeah,
Good
so
stuff.
Macquarie. You get this here.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Tells you what it is on the back. Is my camera coming through clear, or is
Not
it
clear at all.
not
Not
clear at
right now, but it was.
Very nice.
Now it's clear. I can see now.
Good.
And then we just froze them. All right.
Well, we got a good image of that, though.
No, yeah, that part's great. Here, let me share what he sent over real quickly.
Do you have it? So yeah, you can share that. So we can.
Yeah, it's not much, but this is what he sent over. So here we go. It's only 2 slides. It says 2017. I assume that you can get in this pack Joker's signature, which will be really cool. And
Or
then,
or
or
Cock
in the-
Knocker. If you've been watching, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back's been on like
oh, really?
all the time for the last like day or two.
In the cockpit, commemorative medal medallion, which we can't get those, as he just said. You can only get the patches.
Boo.
And he's got classic series, which will be labeled out of 100, and then the original cards just remastered.
That's
at
cool.
the podium. So hopefully that's what we're going to get to here soon. Oh, he's back. There he is.
I'm back. Is that clear?
Perfect. I don't know. We lost you for a second. Yeah,
Is that
looks
clear?
good.
Okay, good.
Looks good.
So those.
I wonder if
those-
it'll help the vibe if we just get rid of the extra screen.
Yeah.
We don't-
Maybe. I think it was my internet probably was causing the
Star
issue.
Wars. That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's the original
yeah.
reading of Star Wars cards too. Oh
Mhm.
wow.
Yep.
Here we go. A little bit over to the there you go.
So we got ourselves a blue.
Right, nice.
Blue of the Fates. Ooh,
Oh, is the
Nice.
blue, is the blue good?
little
Rogue
Rogue
Squadron.
Squadron action.
Mhm.
The Rogue Squadron.
Sorry, my camera's
push it
not
away.
clear. I don't know
There you
what's
go.
wrong.
No, it's good. You don't have to hold it that close. It
Oh.
picks it up.
Okay.
Excitement.
So you got some artwork.
Ooh, excitement.
Mhm. Oh, it tells us on.
Yeah, like
So that
that's
was a.
it's
You
focused.
need double crowns.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means.
I don't know. So they have basically the concept posters and all the posters. They even have lunchbox art in this set, which is kind of interesting.
Lunchbox art.
Lunchbox art.
That's
pretty
cool.
That looks like he's about to shoot first.
Oh,
Yep. Portrait of a smuggler.
You're just never gonna let it go, are you?
No, ever.
Never.
Yeah.
Last one is a gigantic sandcrawler. So this
Hey,
is
wait a minute.
propaganda
Where's
art.
the Great Dragon?
Where's the Great
comic?
Dragon skull?
Where's the
I
Great
can just
Dragon?
imagine what the Boba Fett cards look like.
Houdini.
Never get the Boba Fett. I can't believe how much they were talking about Book of Boba Fett on that though, Dom. And that freaking thing. Like, did you not?
in the
How did you not
Hasbro
watch the
Book
Book of
thing?
Fett? Your
know-
Hasbro's such a joke at this point. They're such a joke.
what is that?
What was
They're trying to be funny.
That is Luke Skywalker's returns.
Oh,
So apparently
Where?
that's Rey right there, and I think that's Luke over
Oh,
on the other
they're
side
on that
there.
weird aisle.
Yep.
Okay, at the
Yeah.
top. He throws the lightsaber. All right.
Show. Cool.
More
That's
Luke
cool.
art. So
Oh wow, that's the
good artwork on these cards. Yeah.
the Ewok made for TV movie.
The glove of Darth Vader.
Huh.
I don't know.
Here,
I don't know
man,
about
courage.
There's our parallel for this pack.
Oh, you got a
That's
green.
cool.
That's kind of cool though. I like
What
that.
order does it go? Green, blue, red?
See, green, blue, purple, I think, and then red and
Black.
red and gold. But we can't get red and gold, unfortunately. We can only get purple's the best we can get for a numbered card.
Mm.
More artwork. Foreign poster.
Ooh, I like the foreign posters. They're always interesting.
Which one was it?
It says this was foreign poster.
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Ah,
With the Chrome
nice.
cards that came out the last time they had all
Hey.
the foreign
That's
posters.
fun.
Yeah.
Glove of Vader was a kid's book. Oh,
There you go.
Really?
A little bit of everything in this set. I think there is a large amount of base cards in this set. I want to say it's like,
It's Sam just
200 or
coming in
something.
with the
hey, look at this
Weird.
one.
oh look at that. It's a little bit of KOTOR.
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 For you KOTOR fans.
Ah, that was good. That's the cover. That was the cover of the box.
Star Wars
Good.
art.
Ooh, got a
Never
green.
tell me the odds.
Never. Yeah.
Or would that be That's No Moon? Yeah, That's No Moon.
Turn your ship around.
That's No Moon.
Jedi.
So we got some old McQuarrie poster art.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
cool. I like that.
Propaganda art.
This.
Figures cannon. That's kind of fun.
Oh,
Jedi like this
sure it's
card.
not a pod race?
Jedi's not here for this card.
Oh, nice. Where's that from?
Hey, looks like Namwolf.
Star Wars poster by Ollie Moss. It doesn't say which movie it was for.
Okay. Well, there we go.
She has a bunch of
You
posters.
guys remember those Namwolf variants? That looks like Namwolf to me.
Namewolf.
Yeah, it's like it was like a later printing of Namwolf. I forget which publisher that was. Indie book. But it looked just like that.
Who is that? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay.
We still haven't got a buyback card yet, so I'm waiting to hit one of those enhanced original ones.
What's that?
Okay.
That's the audio book.
Yeah, the record.
Oh, so it's 3PO doing his audio recordings.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna scan the camera down real quick, a little bit, see if it works out better.
There we go.
Let's try that.
All right. Okay, the
Battle of Endor.
All right.
Hey, look at this. Look at our parallel.
Oh,
Ewoks.
Oh,
I love some Ewoks.
oh, I like that. I always like
I like
that.
I kind of
some
dig it
Ewoks.
too.
He means rest.
Some concept art.
Again, no crate dragon skull.
Yeah, big on the sand crawlers in this set.
Now
Check this
I don't
one
like
out.
a sandcrawler without a crate dragon skull on top.
Oh.
Little Greedo.
Oh, wow.
Here you go.
Yeah. Shot first.
Greedo in his Marty McFly vest.
Yep, he shot first. Who shot first?
On. Shot first.
I don't have it on me.
McConkey.
Yeah. I don't have it on.
Yeah. Finger the wall, and like Dom said, you throw a McConkey.
Oh. Thankfully, that's Han and Leia, not Luke and Leia.
Yeah. Not the incest card.
Oh, here we go. The scene that Marco does not want to see play out again.
It plays
I
slow.
just- So
Well,
good.
You know, if you
Actually,
listen
I
to
know.
the-
Hey,
if
I
you
like
listen
that.
to the words of what Vader says,
Return of the Jedi.
it doesn't match up. That's cool. When he tells Obi-Wan, when I left you last, he didn't leave him. Obi-Wan
Wow.
left him.
Yeah.
If you think about it,
Only a master of evil, Darth.
a master of evil.
That was a great scene. I don't care. They shouldn't redo it.
I like that.
Rogue Squadron Air Show. It was
Oh,
propaganda
I
art.
love Yavin 4.
Marvin
That's cool.
Floor.
Another
Blue
foreign
Angel.
poster.
Ooh.
Yeah.
like it.
I'd say that's
Where's that
Spanish.
from?
Galaxias.
Probably Spain, I think. Let's see. Yep, Spanish.
Yeah. Good call. I don't know. It could have been Portuguese.
You know when they shot that movie, they had their like the Obi-Wan TV show wasn't even like a glimmer in the eye, right?
Oh, yeah.
Shot
I
what?
can't believe you're not looking forward to. You're worried about Obi-Wan. I really think they could do.
I'm worried about it.
I still think they could do good.
Clone Wars Season 4.
They got to do a good job.
How
We'll be
cool?
happy.
No. This is why. How cool was the scene?
Saw that
How
recently.
cool was
so-
that? Where he goes, "You can strike me down" or whatever. Like great scene. Like it's.
It was
You
a
know,
great
that's
scene. I'm just saying.
monumental
I'm
scene.
gonna be like a Dom Homer on the Obi-Wan show.
Oh, look at this one.
Yeah, but they're gonna try to redo
parallel.
that.
Ah,
Famous
Nice.
scene.
Yeah,
Nice.
Famous scene.
they're gonna try to redo that scene, Pete.
So this looks
Like, don't
familiar.
do it.
Yeah, you don't know what they're gonna do.
ah,
they
look at
do.
the cover of the inside, huh?
Cover of the insider artwork. The Cantina Band.
They're
There's a retail poster.
we blew up one of those in Book of Fett.
Oop. Sorry. This thing's on
Alright.
a really precarious phone stand here. So let's see what this is. This
You
is
should use a paper
Well,
towel.
this
Like I
this
do.
is not the world's most creative card.
Hey, it's like the Wednesday Marvel
That's the
issues.
poster, the
Like,
original poster.
coming Wednesday.
Dom's right. Look at that. Original Star Wars theatrical poster.
Are we gonna do Obi-Wan fantasy draft? Probably not. I don't know. If we do,
Because there's no real like. We all thought we were gonna get a lot of kills with Boba. Like that's was the idea. It's like, all right, we'll rank this thing by kills. It's gonna be Crime Lord show.
Oh,
Both
look.
bounty hunters.
Get
Like,
some role playing game.
oh, the crime. Oh, that's
The
cool.
source book.
Source book.
What are we gonna do now? Like who's gonna quietly? mope in a
remember this
corner?
game. Anybody
Are
else
you
remember
on
this
a
game?
Desert planet.
Rebel Assault. Real
He's not
shooter
going to
game.
be on the planet forever, man. He's going to be going off planet.
Marco's favorite
Well,
scene.
we can't just. That's one character. That's the thing. Like how we got to draft.
I actually liked the pod racing scene. I just didn't need you to do it again. That's my point. Stop doing stuff again. Just leave it with the originals.
Gang's back together. Let's see what this is from. This was poster book.
Mm.
Those are really cool cards. I like those.
Here's a lunchbox art card.
Ooh.
There you go.
Dude, I think I had that one.
Yep. So this was
That was my lunchbox.
the back of the Star Wars lunchbox. It's
These are not the drawers you're looking for.
Yep.
I remember the sand, the land speeder.
Some sweet Vader art.
That's cool.
Nice.
All right. I'll try to go a little bit faster here.
How many?
Yeah,
Yeah, do you have another box after this? Or no? Is it two
Do what
boxes
now?
or Is it only one box or is it two?
I have 2 boxes, but we don't have to do the second
No,
one if
we
you don't
can-
want to. I'll try to speed.
I don't know. I just kind of like looking at the cards.
Yeah. They got fun art on these cards.
Dude, I will say the re-release posters were good. Like I like the posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that, Wayseeker. We'll do that.
Complete saga?
We just will.
Like, even that one. You remember the Anakin with the Vader shadow on the little hut? Like that was a badass.
Yeah, right
I
there.
think this was
There
a
you go.
Phantom Menace poster, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like the teaser poster for Phantom Menace.
When that came out, we were like all psyched.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at this. So
I bought the 2-sided theater poster and had it up on our
Star
wall.
Wars digital card trading was still a thing. So these are packing cards, which these are actually kind of rare packing cards. They only come
So
with one every
it's-
12 packs.
Was that like a pre-NFT?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for all those who think NFTs are going to catch on, Star Wars has been doing digital cards for, I don't know, like 8 years now. And it's never really caught on that much.
I had a Boba Fett and a Rey and Finn autograph card in the digital that I got out of a pack.
Yeah.
In digital. So you had a picture of their
So-
autograph.
This would,
Yeah.
if I can still redeem it, I don't even know if I can, but that would get me one free pack.
Who thinks Kenobi show will explain Obi's aging? Well, it's going to be like 10 years. It's going to be like the 10th year after the fall. So,
Well, in
not gonna-
reality, though, like Ewan McGregor is Alec Guinness's age
Now.
yeah,
Hey,
He
you gotta
just looks-
understand that
well, he
time is
looks
different.
it doesn't look like it though. Oh, we lost the cards. He
Oh, I'm
doesn't
still
look
here.
like
Hang
it.
on. Still here.
It's all right. That's all right. We could fill time with
I'm
it
back.
because
Sorry.
He doesn't look that old though. I mean,
he doesn't. Like he still looks good.
no, I think they're gonna dump a bunch of bullshit in there, and they're gonna use the line like Dom said, and they're like, well, he said this in the thing, so now we can just pull all this crap, and we can have them fighting 80
Mustafar.
people, and it doesn't matter, and then
Mhm.
Darth Vader can be
Yeah.
on Tatooine,
ground.
which it doesn't make sense because then why does Darth Vader then send Boba Fett looking for the kid Luke if he knew it, and all this other thing because he'd have to know they was guard. Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Kind of cool.
Don't worry,
Now, here's a
eventually
foreign one. I don't even know where
all
this would be
die-
from. That's interesting.
What's that?
What's cool?
Foreign poster.
What is
Let's
that?
see.
Bazooka Joe?
Russians?
They're gonna
Romanian.
Or
They're gonna
Romanian?
book a
Romanian.
Boba Fett Obi-Wan. That's what I think is gonna happen.
That's kind of
There's
cool.
some more poster art.
I like that.
Make sure you're picking
Oh.
up the Obi-Wan journals though,
Oh,
and
and
Yoda's
Chewie.
journal, too, in that original.
Oh yeah,
Star Wars.
Obi-Wan Journal. What's that? Like 7:15.
15, 7, 9, 15.
Get them now while they're cheap.
Ah. So this would be the start of the second.
Yeah, I
box.
still grab them in the dollar bin. So you can still
Oh, yeah.
find some Star Wars in the dollar
Well, you
bin.
can't get the one with Black K and
Yeah, you're not going to get the black K covers. They're going to be grabbed now, but you
And
can
the
still
thing
get
with the
7 and 8.
Inquisitors-
There's one.
I just
Hey, there's a
don't
lot of
like-
1/100s for those, and they are cheap. They're like
They are.
just like that one that we did that we gave away. They're like in that $30-$40 range. There's
There's-
time you could get a 1/100 for $20. I think you're good on it.
You can also get like the 1 in 20. Like issue 7 has a 1 in 25. That's not a bad cover.
Yeah.
More
Still
Ewoks.
get $7. Like it's-
Ewoks. Was that see-through or no? That wasn't.
That's
okay.
cool.
No, it
You
wasn't
never
see-through.
know. They might
Those
have the
are cool.
Star Squadron. Death Troopers.
Death
Zombies
Troopers.
in the Star Wars
That's,
universe.
that's
You
zombies.
remember that book?
I like that
Star
book.
Wars zombies.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
I like
pretty much
that
what it
book.
was.
Star Wars zombies.
Yeah.
Send this one to Jedi. C3PO right there.
well,
Cool art. I wonder where this
I
is
get
from.
mad about the R2 inclusion.
Let's see here. Licensing art.
Interesting.
Artist unknown.
But isn't Cho's doing Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah, Deborah Chow.
I guess that's the only saving grace. Maybe.
Hey, listen,
Mos Eisley Space Station.
if you get Bryce Howard, she's a good going too. I can't wait for her to get a show. She knows Star Wars.
Well, she's doing Mando, right?
Mando season 3, probably.
Apparently she's
Dad,
in that.
He decided to throw Darth Maul into a thing because his grandson likes the character. Like, that's not knowing Star Wars. That's just throwing shit at a wall.
Yeah, well,
what's that?
sometimes you
She
throw
did a
shit
good
at the wall.
job.
She did a good job. She did a great job, actually.
She
But
did.
did she do I want to watch this in like a year and see if she did that good of a job, or just what John did with such shit John and Rodriguez did.
By comparison to what Rodriguez did.
Because the stuff Rodriguez did was not good.
Look, Rodriguez.
Even that episode of Mando was kind of shitty.
The Star Wars fans said, please do not let him touch another project in Star Wars. But I don't think it was his fault.
It was because he's not built for Star Wars.
He says the Star Wars fans are not Star Wars fans in this room. I love how he says. All right, what do you mean it wasn't his fault? You think it was the writing?
I think the writing was bad. I think that he wasn't able to do his creative.
It was just a poor place. It's like putting Brett Ratner or Michael Bay in charge of doing Star Wars. Don't do that. Like
that's still falls on John.
Style.
That's John wrote it, and John decided to use him as a director. That's who.
It doesn't matter. I get what you're saying. Yes, the script could have been better.
I don't want John writing any more Star Wars. Is what I'm saying. None. No, sir.
I like that.
Swingers has been on lately, and you know what? You might be right.
Yeah.
You watch. All right. The dialogue might not be.
Swingers was ditch because at the time it was cool to be into that movie.
Cool. It was like 96.
Oh, this is cool because it's like a bunch of independent guys. Yeah, it's great. Like that's the style that was going on. Hey, but no, it's not as good. As
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, anybody remember this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The old early bird package.
Well, I mean, I don't really remember. But
I mean, I know what it is, but I don't.
Remember
know what
that?
it is.
The Empire.
Role-playing source book.
Again, cool.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, another redemption card that I probably won't redeem, but
Dan, they screwed you out of the card again.
Yep. Got to go digital these days.
Yep.
Little concept art. This is a lunchbox card, I think. Let's see.
Ooh,
Oh no, action figure.
Case.
action figure case. Show the front again.
I think I had that one.
Interesting. I remember I had the Vader plastic action figure case, and then I had a weird two-leg knockoff, like blue plastic thing.
You know what
I
I'll
had the
say?
Vader and
Like Star
C-3PO.
Battles or Star Warriors, or it wasn't Star Wars. It was something else.
Do you know
An RPG card.
the concept art they had on the cover of the cases of Boba Fett, the way it looked, and you never looked that way? The way they drew him. Like in
He was
the
an
little box.
Imperial trooper. He's the thing that they used for the Imperial Mandalorian troopers that were on the moon. That's what
Dusty's got that case.
Many people died for those plans.
Oh, like in Clone Wars, you see what the original Boba Fett was looking like. Because they were supposed to. It was like it was a combination of what the stormtroopers and what the Mandalorians.
Well, there's a person who makes the customs
Concept
like
art?
that, and there was one for like
Just concept art.
80 and change. Really cool.
Is it? I still have the case. Okay.
I'll tell you, like I didn't have a lot of high hopes for Rogue One because, like, what do we need to see? All right, they're gonna get the plans, but I gotta tell you, I was pleasantly surprised.
That was good, man.
It was
Jabba no Baba.
a hell of a good time.
They still make the Star Wars trading card game. I think the last time they made it was 2000 and.
What trading card game?
There's a trading card game. It's like you get points and stuff for it. 2012, I think, somewhere around there. Hold on, I might have a pack. I'll look. I'll see. I'll see if this was.
I
that's
like
cool.
that. What's
The
that?
comic book.
That
I don't-
is the Marvel Special Edition by Dave Cockrum.
Nice.
Let me see.
Got some Luke art. Looks like a painting. Portrait, yeah.
Peg warmer
Oh, boy,
art.
Luke.
Take one.
Oh, I should send this to Dom. It's Boba Fett.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'll have to look and see.
She needs your help.
There was a Rebel set, so I highly doubt this is the rookie card, but
It was something
there you go.
Hey,
Everybody would be all over that Inquisitor, though.
cards were like this, right? You had like a point system in the corner and everything.
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Classic Star
Those
Wars.
cards, yeah.
Wait. Show that again. JJ, slow up for a second. Yeah, give it a pause. I'm going to let.
It's a different type. They would have like these, but they would be Star Wars based.
Oh,
like this.
Magic
The
the Gathering.
collectible games, yeah.
It's almost like a
Collectible
Magic
card
the
game.
I can't remember when it was, but I think the last time they did one of those. I have a pack.
Yeah, you can still
Remember
buy
those
them. I
Star
don't
Wars
know.
miniatures?
I assume people still actively play it.
Oh,
Yeah, they do.
That.
Hmm.
I kind of like
That's
that
nice.
Millennium Falcon kind of.
I don't know where I have them.
So that's a Japanese poster.
Ah, yeah, kind of cool.
Okay.
Ah, that's how they got the idea for Visions. Jedi's favorite TV show.
Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. This looks like an 80s TV show.
It does. Like I like that font
I didn't even realize this. Look what I just found.
Poster book.
poster, bro. That's pretty badass.
Oh,
What are you showing over there? What do you got? Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh,
Oh, JJ, hold on. I gotta show you. Go ahead. Show your garbage.
you see that box that had the thing? It's a box of Garbage Pail Kids.
That's kind of cool.
They made a Garbage Pail Kids Star Wars parody set at 1.2, I think.
Oh, that's fun. Maybe we'll open some of those on Tuesdays.
Who else was disappointed by the Garbage Pail Kids?
There's long hair
movie
Leia.
about 1985.
It was awesomely terrible.
It was awful.
Listen, I used to collect wacky packages back in the day. That was
2017. Look at I said 2016. Look at Wayseeker. Boom. Boom biscuits. Off by a year. All right.
Famous poster.
I like that.
One.
Got some Macquarie concept art.
Fresh news, man. Good to
that's
see you, by the way.
the-
Fresh news.
That's a variant cover for what? Issue 2 of the Star Wars, I think?
Yeah.
That's
The
a
Star
tough
Wars,
one.
the 1 in 25. It's a tough one to get.
This is what we should do. We should set up a con where it's all local. We should play like Star Wars
Yeah.
tabletop games and
There you go.
Dude, I'm
Or
in.
Hey!
concept art.
Hold on. Let me show what Don's got.
that's
What's that,
cool.
Green Goblin?
Ooh. Chewbacca.
Oh, you mean Zeb?
Zeb.
Zeb.
Yep.
See, you can compare there.
Oh, you got another one?
No. I was just showing it again.
Oh, the original. Okay.
So this has got to be a poster from somewhere. We'll figure out where. But it's a
Ooh.
wicked C-3PO.
That's like don't do drugs in space.
Polish. Polish Star Wars poster.
Yes, we could have probably.
Shit.
Is this a lunchbox maybe?
Oh, that's cool.
Nope. Poster concept.
I like that.
We got another foreign poster.
Oh, that's cool.
This one is
going-
Italian.
Is it Italian? Yep.
Italian. Straight out of Italy. Well, not a lot of hits, as you can see. But that's blaster boxes kind of aren't really awesome for the hits.
Behind them, Poland, good call. Sticks. Yeah,
Just gotta
this-
skip through
yeah,
this.
we read the Dark Horse comics. And the original the original were Marvel. It was before the Dark Horse comics.
Another foreign one. This is maybe Russian or Hungary?
I like that.
Turkish.
I got those Turkish bootleg comics.
This one. See if we can guess the country on this one.
I like the
think that's
Turkish
Israel.
bootleg Star Wars figures.
That's
Those
cool.
things are cool.
I like that.
All right, so we're down to our last card pack, which is actually the patch
Yeah,
cards.
I got myself booted again with my stupid computer, and I'm sitting here talking to nobody. Like, why did
Oh.
nobody respond?
Well, that's no fun.
Oh,
We
that's
got the
cool.
same patch card as our first patch card. So.
Oh, boo.
Patch cards?
Boo this man.
Yep.
Who
So it's a
are you?
patch insert.
Patch
right there.
card.
It's a patch card. It was the same
Patch
thing that we
card.
got last.
I missed it because I got booted from the room because my.
Man, they should have some scratch and sniff Star Wars
Shit.
cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a patch in there.
Don't worry, new computer.
You see
I'm
how
gonna
thick
get a
it
new
is.
computer next week.
Yeah, that's really thick.
That's
One
what she
in a
said.
pack.
That's it.
Yep. So that's cards. That's the 40th anniversary tops cards.
Hmm.
But so these are. I did get a blaster box, like I
Talking
said.
about the
So
Marvel stuff.
not a lot of hits, but
It's fresh.
Um,
that's what I was talking about.
hobby boxes of this set are really hard to come by, too. So if you see a hobby box out there in a little shop or something,
God, Star Wars.
pick it up.
Is he talking about the stuff about the Star Wars where that's off the print run stuff, off the newspaper stuff? You always asking.
Well, no, the Star Wars. I mean, they had that comic, but that's what a couple of the cards that I know JJ showed were some of the Macquarie art was from the Star Wars run.
Yeah, like the one that was based on Lucas draft scripts.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I was
they were
looking
supposed
for
to have
Garbage Pail Kids.
an animated cartoon in the works of the original Star Wars, the Macquarie art. With
See, I don't
Lucas
really
first
want
made.
that.
You want that cartoon just to
Not a
put out there?
cartoon, no, because I feel like they're gonna just waste time. Like, I'd rather they put their money more into something that I actually want to see.
Okay.
You know, that,
You know
I mean,
what
I'm glad they did the comics. Like, I don't need more.
Honestly, you know what they're really good at? You know what they really are good at? Doing new stuff. Their new stuff does well. It just does well. So get away from just do new stuff. That's why I don't.
Exactly. Well, I can't say that about Resistance though. The Resistance was new.
Yeah, I guess Resistance was just like scrap pile shitload of putting a bunch of stuff.
It was still new stuff.
I'll tell you what. I want to see some visions like the ninth Jedi and
Yeah, pretty cool.
the Ronin, like a whole story. Instead of like a little,
I'm in for Visions. I liked a couple of the Visions. I mean, there was a couple that I didn't care for the Visions personally,
Jedi's
but other than
problem
that,
is you try to watch it in Japanese, which doesn't help because he doesn't speak Japanese.
well,
The
I don't
twins-
speak Japanese either, and
the
I can't read
twins
fast
were
enough.
such an
sometimes.
absurd cartoon where he's on the top of the damn ship in hyperspace breathing.
That's where you draw the line of your
I know, but it was
suspend
funny.
disbelief.
Well, those pops are coming out soon. I showed them. They're coming out.
Because that was that the twins?
Oh,
The twins,
fresh.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, the
you know
twins.
what?
AM.
I actually like the twins.
Carrie and
Isn't
AM.
This isn't because there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like there really is because we've seen it before. Actually, we've seen it through Del Rey and we've seen it through Dark Horse, where they actually expand the universe. And some of the best stuff in both those series are the expanded universe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like all the backstories of filling in Plagueis or Darth Bane or even KOTOR. That was all stuff that was put out there as expanded universe, not in, and they had to fold it into the regular universe. So that is when they always do their best stuff, is when they get outside of it.
Which one was the Frizen?
She did a Forbidden Planet variant, I think.
I don't know if I
exclusive
have
to
that
them.
one. I probably don't, but
Um,
now I got
but yeah.
something to go look for. Thanks a lot, Sam. Spending my money.
That's not the one that Boba Fett's like doing the superhero drop, like the superhero move.
No, that's
Who did that cover? That's a Forbidden Planet.
Granoff.
variant.
Yeah, Gandalf.
That was Granoff.
Gandalf,
Did that, I
right,
think.
okay.
Because he
Yeah,
did it
fair
with
enough.
Vader too in one of his covers.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a sketch, and then I don't have those either, but I just don't want to pay that price.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, is that what you're like? I think like name all the stuff they didn't do in the Skywalker. Like, look at how much great stuff the video games, all the video game stuff. I mean, they did and to put Star
Say
Killer.
all.
Yeah, I know, but you got the KOTOR stuff and the other old Republic stuff that they did. Both were all that stuff's good. None of it has to do with the Skywalkers.
But
You have
why
all
can't they do
planet stuff.
animation like
You all
that?
have the Bane stuff. You've got even
Animation
the new
like what?
Thrawn stuff, not the old Thrawn stuff.
From the game?
Huh?
From the games. Like
It
do
takes
animation
time.
like that. A Star Wars movie like that with that type of animation.
Oh,
It takes time.
Old Republic.
Magless? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. The twins?
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that stuff's really good.
It just takes time. It's like that Final Fantasy animated movie. It was like all cutscenes, but
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time to put something like that together. It's just,
You have the Vong. I mean, they technically had him in it, but that wasn't the point, was to have Luke in it. You had what else, JJ? I mean, you go through some of the good stuff didn't have.
Yeah.
The only problem was they kept doing it because then like every Skywalker descendant was Luke and Leia. It was twins and one would go dark. Twins and one would go dark.
oh yeah, we gotta have Cade and
Well, they did the Legacy, Star Wars Legacy with Luke's ancestor, Kincaid Skywalker, and he wasn't a Skywalker. He was just a pirate and a Jedi. That whole story, 100 years in the future, with Crate.
wait,
Dark
who is
Crate.
he?
Kincaid Skywalker.
Okay.
He's Skywalker. I thought
Yes, but that was
like Anakin was a virgin birth from Shmi. Like he didn't have a
Yeah, they did like a whole Skywalker descendancy thing.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
god.
I think he was the last one.
still the gatekeeper thing was even worse because before it was Lucas telling you, eventually down the road, I'm going to do something. So you can't use anything.
We'll forget. And Margo, as much as you hate the sequel trilogy, I still can't believe you give such a pass to the prequels with some of the garbage with the Metachlorians and the virgin birth. He didn't have a father. He just happened to pop up. Well, his Metachlorian count was off the chart.
Great. I'm not
Holy Christ, that was
I
brutal.
can live with it. What does it say? It's just a guy, everyday man living on a city planet. Yeah, I mean, Fresh, do you read the novels? I mean, I kind of get what you're saying, but do you read the current novels that they're coming out with too? Because I think like if you're all inclusive with some of the stuff, yeah, you're right. They should probably do series where they get away from that type of stuff.
Oh shit!
The Republic is.
I blocked Sticks by accident. I was trying to block this.
He couldn't block people.
I don't know how it happened. Like, I guess I did it. It could have been somebody else.
Can we
The
get
bots are becoming self-aware. They're making blocks.
Ruben, could you unblock Sticks?
Or no, you know what? I didn't do it. I blocked who I was supposed to block. Somebody blocked Sticks by accident trying to block.
Now you have to
It wasn't
unblock them.
me, is
Or
what I'm
sticks.
saying.
Cade with the
We're 2
Jerry
for 2 on
Curl.
Sticks, let Sticks
Cade
back
Jerry
in.
Curl Skywalker.
Ruben,
Yeah,
Garth, whoever can do it.
Thank you,
Thank
Ruben.
you, Ruben.
Fresh. I'm not trying to knock it. I'm just trying to understand. Remember, we're trying to interpret what you're writing here. So
Well,
I don't even know what
and-
you're reading. Oh, there we go.
this is what I was reading.
there have been Star Wars stories similar to that. They just haven't been in like film or television. But honestly, we haven't had a lot of Star Wars stories in film or television.
That's kind of what I was hoping out of Andor.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the problem with the movie thing too, though, because the first pushback they get when they do anything new is that's not my Star Wars because the movies, and it's like, yeah, but there's like this whole rich history.
It's a universe.
Yeah.
Beyond this one family.
That's the thing. Like you have to be willing to accept stuff. Like like Clone Wars, even when it came out, like the animated stuff wasn't. Then they did Rebels, and there's the big pushback to doing Rebels because that's not my stuff. And like, if you look at Rebels, although it's set in the style as a Skywalker like time set, if you think about it, it's not. It doesn't have much. Luke shows up twice, I think. And
I don't think that as much as that matter. I mean, my initial concerns with Rebel was it was a little kind of kiddie at first. Like, I mean, I know we were following a child character. He was pretty young, but it still felt a little.
Nobody.
There was a lot of heat on it because it was the first Disney project too.
Yeah,
people didn't like
but eventually
split and all that stuff.
Didn't like because of that. I think it's.
I eventually I loved Rebels. Like
in the beginning, Rebels was a little childish, and people were like, "Oh, this is boring." But then it got darker when Maul came in, and the.
I think it was better before that.
It was before Maul.
Yeah.
It was before Maul. Once you started getting
Inquisitors,
Jedi training, and you got a little Hera, and you got a little backstory on a lot of the characters.
Like, hey, dude. Okay, so this is the thing. What do you say about? He said something about all the gatekeeping, and this is the thing. That's a misconception. The story group doesn't tell you what to write or what you can put out there. You actually have a lot of freedom. All they say is, hey, something else is going on, so you can't step on this person's foot by putting this put in there. Yeah, you can't do it, but not like you can't do it because we don't want you to do it. They're like, no, there's somebody already has a plan for that down the road. You can't step on their feet.
Yeah, they like in the Marvel, you're like, look, you guys can't use Magneto because we have plans for him. So if you want to tell a story, just don't touch him because the X-Men guys are doing something with him. But other than that,
if you look at some of this stuff, even with the higher stuff, like where they're doing the Nameless, like that's been mentioned years ago. That was mentioned like in 2015. Like they have this stuff planned out. They just don't tell them what it is, and then they just tell them that so that you don't run a Thrawn. And what's the other guy that wrote the other thing where it was Zane? Timothy was writing the one book, and then he just shit on him. You can't write any of that. Remember that, JJ? Who was writing the other book? Was it
yeah?
What the heck was it?
I don't remember. There were so many legend stories that stepped on each other's toes. That was
Yeah,
part of the problem.
like,
That's why they trimmed it all out.
He kept telling him he couldn't do it because the other book was going to be more important than his book. So then Timothy just started talking shit in his book. Like that's what he's doing. He was shitting on the rest of Star Wars. Like, oh well, you think you're so important, and then it's like, okay, well, you didn't have to do that, and then everybody had a hand, and it got messy, bro. So.
Sam, it's gonna get too goddamn complicated. I think at this point to put Mara Jade.
I don't think you put Mara Jade back in.
Yeah, I think that'll be a mess.
I mean, because had we not seen green milk slurping Luke in Last Jedi, we might be able to at least give more sense of, hey, he did some other things. But...
I got that. Fresh news that 1, 2, but I want to move away from the movies. Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people are clamoring for. This is like
Visions.
I want.
No, but this is what I preach all the time. Get away from the Skywalker saga. Just get away from it.
That's what I thought we were doing when we got. As much as a lot of people hate Last Jedi, the favorite things that I have from it, that Rey was nobody, like in the scope of things. That she wasn't a Palpatine, she wasn't a Kenobi, she wasn't a Skywalker, she was nobody. Hey, other people exist in this universe who could be important. I like that idea. Even Broom Kid, I like the idea behind that. And then they said, nope.
But you know what's funny?
I think that was the best part was that it was moving away. It really expanded the universe, which is good. Got us away from the regular stuff. And then people People want shit on it. Well, okay, you can't have nice things.
Well, the funny thing is that people love Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is a huge Rian Johnson fan, and he was there, and he okayed Rian Johnson on a lot of stuff that he did.
I was fine with most of what Rian Johnson did.
Once again, you're not. Ruben's going to yell at me that I don't like the pre. What Pete already said, you hate the pre or the sequels.
No.
Oh,
I hate the prequel more than the sequels.
That's true. I don't hate this. There's one sequel that I will argue was pretty darn good. The one that was getting away from all the crap that everybody complains. Everybody complains about it. Everybody.
The worst one.
No, the last one was the worst one.
Oh, the last one. I will just, as much as I'm on board with JJ most of the time.
Okay.
I mean, Mark, it's the last
In the
one.
prequels, I will take Revenge of the Sith.
No, we're not going back into this.
In the sequels, I would take The Last
also
Jedi.
is one of the worst things. Our show when we decide to try to talk about this. The last time we did that, one of the worst ranked shows we ever had. So we won't.
Yeah. Well, I think to the point of the new stuff and unreleased stuff. I mean, I think that's coming down the pike. I mean, if you look at it from the 3-year view or 5-year view or however you want to look at it, that stuff's coming. I mean, you're gonna have things like Acolyte, which I don't think Acolyte will be very related to the Skywalker saga.
He's up,
I hope it's not.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Talking not to you.
That's Jedi trash.
Yeah. So I mean, there's all kinds of things that I think are coming up. Because if you think of it, like Star Wars had never had. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that, but at least for television, before Disney Plus, Star Wars has never had anything really that's interconnected to anything else. I mean, what was the last thing on Star Wars for television? Was it Droids? I don't even remember. Like, what was the last TV? I mean, you had Underworld, but that got canceled before it even got off the ground.
Yeah.
Well, you had Clone Wars, but that was connected to the Skywalker.
I really thought that novel that
I don't know, but
that had a very underworld feeling to it, which I really liked. You know, the novel we just
Midnight Horizon,
which I liked. I thought it was pretty good. The thing I'll say is, with Mando, I had lots of hope that we were getting away. We were doing exactly what we wanted to, and season 1 kind of was. But once again, and this is why I'll criticize deepfake Luke in the season, is like you had something really good going, and if you didn't do that, and Pete will acknowledge this, there's a lot of other Jedis. Pete said it a lot too. If you didn't use Luke there,
I was
using anybody, fuck
anybody but Luke.
Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis. If you,
I give a shit. I was like, anybody but Luke. Don't be Luke.
Anybody else but Luke, it would have finalized the expansion. But since they used Luke, they
pulled themselves back into the box. They moved themselves back in it.
It's the Godfather 3.
We're not going to go beyond that.
And as far as The Last Jedi goes, if they had somebody who was competent to do the last movie, I think Last Jedi would have played better. It 100% would have played better in the grand scheme of things. It could have taken what little bit he did that was really good and expanded that out. It would have expanded that out.
Here's where I will differ.
Trotsky or what's his name stuff. Here's
where I'll differ on your opinion about the last one. I hated the last movie too. It's not because I hate J.J. Abrams as much as you do. I hated the fact that they rushed it because they said, you know what? We're pulling this away from, Trevorrow. We're pulling it away from Colin Trevorrow. We're just going to give it to J.J., but you still got to make this release date because we have to make a release date. That's what was the mistake.
They should have done with Trevorrow. What they should have done after they already had this mess already twice going in with Johnson, who was before Johnson and everything else, and what they had happen with the Solo movie, they should have fucking had somebody babysit Trevorrow and said yes or no, cut, and then a re-edit work. Not scrap everything.
But they only scrapped everything is because his other movie that he made that wasn't Jurassic World bombed. So they said, "Oh shit, should we have trusted this guy?"
No. If you
they do that a lot.
If you read that Trevorrow script, there was some crazy off.
You're telling me they didn't know what he was going to do before they gave him the movie? Like he didn't tell them like what his plan was? They were on board for the plan. They got chickened. They chickened out because his movie about the like kid who had like mental problems and the mom like with the hitman or whatever the fuck that was. Like, that movie bombed. They said, No.
Part
We
of
can
it
get
was-
this.
Oh, time out.
Hell,
Part of
this
it-
Star
okay,
Wars.
yes, that might have been part of it. But when you get down into the Trevorrow thing, all of a sudden there's like people waiting in fucking swamp pools and monsters coming up, and Godzilla fucking shows up at one fucking point. Like he was going great. And the further you get to that Trevorrow script, you're like, what the fuck? This is gonna be the Snyder cut of fucking Star Wars.
Weren't you praising the same like the giant? I mean, Vader was riding a goddamn the red cloud mystery thing in the Exegol in the Vader comic. You were praising the fact that he was riding a goddamn kaiju.
No, not the eye. I wasn't praising. I was praising part before where he sees the Oracle, which explains.
Yeah. The whatever, the mindless dog or whatever.
The fucking Oracle. The goddamn thing cost a shit ton to make, so they were all in at that point. But at one point, they looked in there. It was no. Trevorrow had like fucking space aliens from UFOs probing people.
What I'm saying is, he told them they knew what he was doing. They knew what he was planning to do.
Not that far, bro.
I'm telling you, they knew what he was doing.
Duel of Fate
He
made
out
a lot of money.
because he wasn't bankable anymore. He didn't have a huge movie on his belt. It's like, oh shit, you made a $600 million movie, and then you made a $20 million movie.
I think.
Well, look at these guys. The guys who got fired from Solo. They got fired from Solo. They did Spider-Man, won an Academy Award, an Oscar.
Well,
also they were fucking around.
They were a little bit, I think, a little too loosey-goosey with what their plan was.
That's what happened with Trevorrow at the end. If you read the script at the end, Trevorrow fucking hit a pipe and just fucking went batshit crazy. He dropped some acid, was like, fuck it, we're not just doing Dune in Star Wars, we're gonna do Dune, Star Wars, Independence Day, fucking Alien and Predator.
And I get, but what I'm saying is they knew that. They had to have known that before they signed him up.
No, there's no way they thought he was going to do fucking Alien Predator 6 in fucking the middle of Star Wars, man. Who the fuck could have predicted that shit?
Don't forget zombies.
They actually warned him. Yeah, zombies. They actually warned him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what the fuck were those Space Ghost, those stadium fans on goddamn Exegol that we saw then? Were they real? Were they not? I still don't know what the fuck that was.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Hey, who are all these people who are cheering on
Dude, I'm telling you, if you read that, you saw where it was. You see the markings. They were like, okay, you're getting a little fucking out of hand. Then it was like, okay, we fired the Solo guys for being fucking loosey-goosey. Then it's like, why is Will Smith in this fucking script? I don't know what's going on.
I love it when Poe Dameron turns around. Poe Dameron turns around and goes, somehow Palpatine came back.
I realize we're going just off the rails now.
How does he know about Palpatine?
I don't know. I don't know how any of that made any sense.
Oh, that Exegol scene with the Sith acolytes for the Exegol scene, J.J. Abrams took that out of his script. That's where that fucking shit came from. Because they were going to do the secret witch chant. No, they were going to bring back the original Sith with this fucking secret witch chant with the Force Ghost of the fucking Sith acolyte.
That sounds a lot there too. Jesus.
That was Adam Travolsky's shit, man. Like, what are you talking about? That was crazy.
I still might have preferred that.
You know what? Listen, anything would have been better than what we got.
Oh, I don't know about anything, but a lot of
anything. But
I can't.
When you read the script,
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about right now. The Trevorrow stuff, like it was crazy. Like
it might have been crazy, but
really fucking good.
It sounded a little bit better.
It has some good
R2-D2 getting destroyed and C-3PO crying because R2-D2 got destroyed.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, don't get you started on the Goonies knife, Ruben. Yeah,
the Leia thing was kind of cool too. The Leia shit was cool too. Like, that's good. Like I said, that beginning stuff was good. But then he had fucking 4 Sith ghosts at one fucking point. Oh, by the way, every fucking Sith from history, I think, had shown up in that motherfucker at one point.
Yeah, why not? That I'm into.
Yeah. That would have been cool. You know what? But
now I'm on the down tribe. Now we're talking about screw it, throw everybody in this.
Hey, remember when we ranked creatures and Dom's like, look, I'm telling you, this character
leading the parade.
Eyes or showing up, Black Order showing up.
Put Mojo Quits comment up there.
Everybody's showing up. That's what the fucking Trevorrow did.
Yeah, the voice raises an octave, and he's gotten a little.
I'm just saying, man.
Listen,
like,
they should just show a movie now on how the Force works. Have the Force act, the wheels of the Force. Have them make a
Hey,
movie with that.
Have a Will show. I agree. They should have a Will show 100%. The more Sith, the merrier. I agree to a point. You
Wait,
can't
these
have.
wills? We want this will in the Force?
Guys.
He's gonna get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Will Smith showing up. Independent. What's his name? Who's the guy with the glasses that does hotel.com? That guy showed up.
Patrick's agreeing with the Charlie Day.
You got the Fresh Prince of Mos Eisley.
Yeah, there's a new Fresh Prince of Bel Air show coming out apparently.
I'm kind of curious. Like it looks. I mean, granted, that's not my Uncle Phil, but I'm curious.
Hey, did you see the skit the parody did in Saturday Night Live with Urkel for the producers? No. You have to see that. It was like a real serious outtake on Urkel.
Remember when we said this was going to be a short show?
I know. Wait, before we go to the short show, it's completely Star Wars unrelated, but I watched the first episode of Jack Reacher. That's good stuff. I can't wait to watch some more Jack Reacher.
Hey, speaking of unrelated,
Star Wars unrelated.
I'm gonna watch that. That was kind of good. The Urkel thing. I'll watch that SNL thing. Are you guys caught up on? It's bad, Patrick. Oh yeah, okay. It's have you guys caught up on Peacemaker?
Yeah.
I can't wait till next week.
Next week, like it. It's
how many episodes?
Not caught up. But...
I was worried at first, but I don't know. I'm just into this vibe. Like I don't know. I dig it. Like
Reacher's awesome. Okay, Reacher's awesome. What's Reacher on? Is that on HBO or is it on Netflix?
Amazon.
Okay,
it's on Amazon. It's actually really good. My wife and I only watched the first episode, but I was like,
I have to sign up for Paramount because I need.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to watch the second episode, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Quick question: there was something that posted. Would you want what's his face? Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? Who does it?
Gunn. No.
Gunn to do Deadpool 3.
Oh, yeah. I don't care if he does that.
He could, but I don't want him to because I kind of want him to finish Guardians.
Okay.
And give me more Peacemaker. Yeah. Like I heard rumor of Peacemaker season 2 and a Suicide Squad sequel that he did. Give me that. I'm in. Like,
would you like him to do a Danny Glover Lando?
Danny Glover.
Not Danny Glover. Yeah. What's
Donald
his name?
Donald Glover. Danny Glover. I'm getting told for this shit.
One thing I think he would do great at is a Tag and Bink movie.
Oh shit! Shit. Yeah, he would.
That would be a great movie. A James Gunn Tag and Bink movie.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
That'd be fucking good.
I would be in for that.
Yep.
Dom, call up Lucas. Tell him we want it done.
There you got it. I'll call him up tomorrow.
All right.
When I go to work.
Once again, for those people I said nothing, whatever. Also, we'll probably hit that up next week. But
yes, our international viewers, those who entered by sending comments, if you're watching the show, which I hope you still are watching, send your address to either Marco's IG or my IG. I'll get it to Marco, and we'll get you the prizes out to you. Because
Chef Harris too. Happy birthday, man!
Happy
birthday.
Great. Happy birthday, Chef!
Shout out to all Dom's family for watching the show.
Shout out to Jedi who couldn't be with us, but
yes,
Yep.
I hope you're back.
Get well soon, Mrs. Jedi.
Yeah, I mean the intro sucked this week. All right, but then of course,
a little bit.
We
all done?
We're done. Let's get out.
Anybody got anything else for this week?
I don't got anything else.
I've got a forgotten first for you guys tomorrow. Don't get pissed off, but it's for Valentine's Day. Chasing Ghosts. I'm looking to trade paperbacks. And then Marco, we got Corbin back on Wednesday, right?
Corbin's coming back for TAC because we're going to do worst villains for Batman versus worst Marvel villains. There you go.
Get me the list as soon as you can because I got to be in the office soon.
Big Bertha.
I got to get that crap together. So
yeah, well, it should be a fun one. So
it will be fun.
All right, we'll see you guys
later.